right, what's up, you guys? Listen, oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, hey everybody, welcome. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've been here. Have y'all missed me? Can y'all hear me? I hope the sound is good. Okay. Okay, y'all can hear me. I hope the sound is good. It's been a while, okay, that I've been here. And welcome. I am Wiley. I'm your host. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video and comment, and subscribe. We have a full show today. We have a lot to talk about. We will do a review on my Chicago trip at the end of the video. So just sit down and relax. This is a full episode. I'm not going to rush these topics because it's a lot. Okay, we got Sabrina on the docket. We got Erica Mena. We got Megan Thee Stallion. We got Erica Banks. We're gonna be talking about George Floyd. We're gonna talk about Nick Cannon, Summer Walker, Charlemagne the God, and okay, we was gonna talk about. Oh God, do we have him on here? Hope we have everybody. Okay, we'll just go ahead and we just gonna start with our first topic, George Floyd. So it's been 1 year since the death of George Floyd. And I definitely send my condolences to the family. One thing, I read an op-ed about his daughter. His daughter said, my dad changed the world. And pretty much this op-ed or this piece, pretty much this world did not change because of the death of George Floyd. I would have hoped that this world could have changed to a better place for people, for us, for society, but unfortunately it have not changed. And so if you all do not know, George Floyd was, first of all, it was a $20 bill, allegedly. They say he went to the store and he tried to pay with a $20 counterfeit bill. Now, I did read an article about the cashier that took the bill and reported it to his managers, and they called the cops, and how he regretted it. And now, mind you, he's 19 years old, and he feel guilty because he was part of the reason why George Floyd was confronted by the police. Because if he never would have told his managers and just went on and just took the $20, George Floyd would probably still be alive today. So we have still not have the George Floyd Policing Act have still not have been passed by Congress. And with that act, it's not a lot of teeth in it. And I'm talking about when we're speaking about teeth in the bill, that if a police shoot and kill someone, that it should be much easier for them to be indicted. And also, too, they should have in there that they lose their pension, that the family can also sue the police officer as well as the city, as the state, etc. It should also have it that in that bill, it should be in that bill that if you are a police officer and you shoot and kill someone in let's say Chicago, and you try to go and get a job with NYPD, you should not be able to do so. If you lose a job because of police misconduct, you should not be able to get another job nowhere. That should be in the bill. You know what I'm saying? And that is like real teeth, and real changes will happen. Not saying it's going to eliminate police killing unarmed people or black people, but it will bring it down at a very, very low. It will really, really bring it down. And also that if you before you get to be able to be on the street, you must do 500 hours of community service, that you must work in the community that you are going to be policing or patrolling, that you must have a 500 hours community service, that you be around the community, going, working at a food bank, working at the local school, have at least 500 hours. So it should be something in there. I'm talking about real change, not just putting some George Floyd name in there and the bill ain't got it ain't got it ain't got no teeth. It don't. So when they, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest when it comes to Congress. why meet with the family and y'all have not passed the bill with teeth? Like, if I'm going to meet with you, Nancy Pelosi, at least pass the bill and we can shake hands. Oh, the bill is passed. All this, oh, we trying to get it passed. Congress got majority Democrats. And Democrats, if you want to be the party of change, that you're better than the Republicans, because according to some Democrats, Republicans are racist. That bill should have been passed. I'm going to be 100% real. It should not wait. In the Senate, it should definitely pass because it's a split and let Kamala Harris break the tie. And Democrats pretty much runs the Senate and they pretty much runs Congress. So what I'm saying is, don't sit on the sidelines and don't do y'all job when y'all up here saying that Trump is bad, Trump, vote for us, we're going to bring change. This is a prime example of bringing real change. That's what I want to say about that. And I'm praying for the family of George Floyd, that out of the death of George Floyd, that we get some real change, not lip service. Because I was watching Roland Martin on The Filter last night. And there was a segment he did on there talking about all these companies that pledge all these billions of dollars and millions of dollars to organizations and to different causes. That some of that, most of the money have not been given to these places that these companies have pledged to give. So that's another thing we need to call these companies out and tell our Congress and our senators, hey, why haven't y'all given this money to where y'all say y'all was going to give it to? You know what I'm saying? So all of that was going on last year. It was just a bunch of lip service. And it typically be like that. Anytime it's like a death and it goes a hashtag and people out there protesting, if you're not careful, it'll just happen for a little while and then boop, everybody go their separate ways, back to regular programming. People are still dying by the police. Nobody's getting arrested. Nobody's going to jail, just typically over and over and over. Now, this George Floyd thing, because it was so publicized, we all knew that Derek Chauvin was going to get arrested and Derek Chauvin was going to be proven guilty. This case was just publicized all over the media, all over the world. But there's so many other cases that people have not gotten justice. So this George Floyd Act, I think it's Police Accountability Act. I don't know the full name of it. I just hope and pray that they have real teeth in the bill. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow and also next week, I'm going to call and just see, like, what's in this bill? What are y'all trying to negotiate? What is holding it up? I'm going to try to get some answers, and I'm going to just call different, like, congressmen. I might call Congressman Danny Davis. I'm going to call the congressmen that I have here in Texas. I'm going to just call and just see, what are y'all trying to negotiate? Why is it at a standstill? I'm going to try to get some answers, because I'm like, why is this at a standstill? It's been a year. And most of the people in Congress is Democrats. Democrats, where you at? Most of y'all in here is Democrats. Y'all supposed to be not racist. Y'all supposed to be the party of getting things done. That's why we voted y'all in. Well, that's what y'all tell black people. Vote for us. We're changed. We're the better party. We're about advancing black people. So why haven't this passed? Why haven't the Voters' Right, John Lewis Voters' Right Act, why haven't that passed in the Senate? And why is it not on President Biden's desk? Okay. But y'all want us to vote for y'all every time because y'all going to change it. Okay, when y'all going to change it? Because right now, it's just a bunch of hoo-ha. Nothing is being done. People voting rights have just been pulled back in Texas, Florida, and many other places around the country. So when is that going to pass? As well as the George Floyd Policing Accountability Act. When is that going to pass? When is it going to go on President Biden's desk so he can sign it into law? We seen Lil Baby with Kamala Harris. He was up there with Kamala Harris, took a picture. But Lil Baby, are you going to come out and speak to your fans and tell them to call their senator and their Congress people so they can pass the George Floyd Police Accountability Act instead of you just taking a picture with your mask on and with your belt with an H with the belt, with your belt on? Are you just doing this for clicks and views and for attention? Or you really want to be an activist? Or are you just doing this because this to make you popular? I haven't seen you. Let me double check before I read you. Hold up. Let me check. Let me check my Instagram. I'm going to just check Instagram. Let me see that you make a post that's instructing your followers, which you got 15.4 followers on 15.4 million followers. Okay, this is what you said on your Instagram. You said, big shout out to VP for taking the time out her busy day to sit with me to have an open discussion. Hashtag we got to start somewhere. But where's your point of action to your fans to call the senators and the Congress people? Like, it's good that you had an open discussion with Kamala Harris, but why haven't you put out a post, a call to action to your 15.4 million fans? Why haven't you done that? You have 15.4 million fans on Instagram alone. Say, hey, or make a video and say, hey, you guys, I'm Lil Baby. Y'all know who I am. I need you all to call your senators today and call your congressperson today and tell them that they must pass the George Floyd Police Accountability Act and they must pass the John Lewis Voters' Right Act. They must pass this. And these are the steps you say. Make sure you call them right now. Make a TikTok of you calling them. Let's make this go viral because change needs to really happen. We don't need to have another George Floyd. So when are we going to get that, Lil Baby? Or are you just going to just, with your braids on, with your hands in your pocket, with your watch, just taking a picture with Kamala? Are you just doing this for the gram? Because right then and there, this just look like you just there for a photo op. This ain't get me coming out here with a point of action. I'm going to give you some more time. Lil Baby, because this kind of triggered me a little bit. It triggered me a little bit. All right. It did. Okay. I'm going to move on. Because it triggered me. It really did. Okay. I'm looking like, he just take a picture with Kamala here. Wait. Like, look, do better, Lil Baby. You could have done much better. This is why when you do this stuff, make sure you have people in your camp that will tell you how to make this photo into action and not just you taking a photo with Vice President Kamala Harris. Like, Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. We need more. We need more. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's all. He could have made that post. I'm going to send him a voice note because I'm going to do my duty. I'm going to send a voice note. I'm going to send him a voice note. And I don't know what was their discussion, what were they talking about. I don't know any of that. I don't know. But I'm going to leave him a voice note. That's what I'm going to do. Let me leave a voice note. Give me a second, you guys, and we're going to move on into the show. Hey, Mr. Lil Baby, this is Wiley for the Wiley Show. I just want to tell you that I think that it was incredible that you were sitting down with the Vice President and also with President Biden, but I would like for you to use your powerful platform to tell your fans to call their senator and congressperson to make sure that the George Floyd Police Accountability Act get passed. I would like to see that video. I would like to see that you really tell your 15.4 million Instagram fans to call their local congressperson and their senator, okay? I would like to see that because it kind of looked like you just doing this all for a photo op and just for clicks and views, but make this into something powerful, okay? Thank you, and you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace. Okay, I reached out to him. I had to reach out to him. I had to reach out to him. I had to. I couldn't pass this day by. I was triggered. Because when I saw that he did that, okay, did it go through? Okay, it went through. Okay. I sent him a voice note. And it's up to him to answer. That's his way. Okay. All right. Why did I send him a voice note? I don't think it's sent. Did it send? I don't know if it's sent. Okay, I sent him a. Okay. All right, we gonna move on. All right, don't beat me up, little baby. Don't beat me up now. I'm just doing my job. I'm a commentator. Okay, yeah. If you beat me up, I'm gonna sue you. Okay, that's all it is. All right. Let's go to our next topic. Where are we gonna go to? Nick Cannon. Let's go to Nick Cannon. So, Nick Cannon, congratulations. He's going to be your daytime talk show host. So all of that filling in with Wendy Williams actually paid off. All of that kissing white folks' butt paid off, because he had to apologize. He said he wanted to commit, in his life because people were dragging, because he decided to allow somebody on this podcast to try to drag a certain group. And both of them didn't do their research. And so he started getting his bag snatched. They were snatching that bag. And so now, he apologized. He donated to the organization, to organization that he offended. You know what I'm saying? He had he had people on the show to educate him about the Jewish people and stuff. And I had these debates with people. I'm like, stop speaking about groups of people you don't do your research. And you cannot put a group of people in one box and you be doing all these conspiracy theories. Make sure that you talk to somebody from the Jewish community so that y'all can sit down and have a conversation so it can be more balanced. But that's just like somebody talking about the black community and you ain't got nobody black on there. Like, you can't be doing that. And so Nick Cannon, he deserved to get dragged because you didn't have it you didn't have it balanced. It wasn't a balanced conversation. It was just a one-sided conversation. Okay, but he apologized. He started kissing butt. They said, now you can get your show back. You can get your paychecks back. You can get Wildin' Out. That could come back on. And that really taught me something really quickly. You can offend a group of people. You can offend certain people of power, and they can just snatch your bags like that. So I hope that Nick Cannon learned about ownership. I hope that he learned about monetizing ownership and because when I found out, like the rest of the world found out, that he did not own Wildin' Out, he didn't have no ownership, that actually MTV or is it MTV owned it and he didn't own it. I'm like, how you doing creating all this stuff and you don't own it? But you want to be so pro-black. And why you getting all these women pregnant? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because as long as you're taking care of them babies, I'm here for you, Nick. As long as you're taking care of them babies. So I don't have a problem with him getting all the women pregnant, smashing all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem. As long as you're a good father, you can have 33 babies. But as long as you're a provider and you taking care of all of them, I'm good for it. Because God gave us seed, and that seed is meant for you to be fruitful and multiply. It's meant. Okay, that's why God gave it to. He gave you all that seed so you can plant it and be fruitful and multiply. He gave it to you. That's why he gave it. Because if he wanted us to be limited, he would have gave us a limited supply of seed. Come on, know your word. And he really wanted us, okay, I want to put this on a limit of how many children you should be having. But he gave us a lot of seed. So it's meant for it to be planted in a womb. Come on, somebody. It's just meant. That's what he gave. He gave us a lot. I wonder, is it meant for a man to just be with one woman only? Or is it meant for you to be with multiple? I don't know, because he gave us a lot of seed. It's a lot. It's a lot of seed. He gave us a lot of seed. I don't know. He gave us millions and millions. He gave us a lot. I don't know. He gave us a lot. God did it. Who did it? God did it. He did that. The creator, when he created man, he created seed. And the Bible said, be fruitful. and multiply. He didn't put a limit on it. I'm going to tell you right then and there. I'm in the scripture. I'm in the book. Crack open your book. He did not put a limit on how much fruit that he wants you to multiply. He said be fruitful and multiply. He didn't put a limit on that. He sure didn't. So I don't know why we be looking like, dang, she got all them kids. God said be fruitful and multiply. It's in the book. He didn't put a limit on it. Did he put a limit on it? He didn't put a limit. God, he said be fruitful and multiply. He did not put a limit on it. All right. I'm just saying like that. Okay. Now, I ain't planting my seed in every place. I ain't planting my seed every place. You ain't going to get me hooked up and all. I ain't going to plant it every place and all that. But I have wasted a lot of seed. I did. I wasted a lot of seed. But can you imagine? I have wasted a lot of seed. I have. Last night, I sure did. Last night, yep. Last night, I surely did. And I was looking at myself. You know, watching something. I'm like, why is I pleasuring myself and I'm wasting all of this seed? And I'm just wasting it all. Like, I shouldn't be wasting it. I said, what? I don't think God just want me to just sit here and wasting this seed. I don't know. This seed is meant to be planted. I don't know. I'm going to have to pray on that. I'm going to pray on that. Okay. I'm going to pray on it because I was like, okay, let me move on. I don't want nobody to get triggered. Okay, because it was a lot. Because it built up like days. It built up like a couple of days. It built up and like whoosh. So if I was with whoever I was with, oh, she would have got pregnant. Yeah, she would have. She would have got pregnant. If I was with who I was supposed to be in Chicago, she would have got pregnant. It was a lot of it. It was a lot. I'm like, where all this come from? Anyway, okay, let's move on. Like, what the world? Like a fire hose. It's like a fire hose. But I can imagine, I know I'm going to have a lot of kids. I'm going to have a lot of kids. Probably like 12 or 13. I know, I'm speaking this. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Okay. Anyway, I'm like, what the world? I should have had on some goggles. Let me just say, I should have had on some goggles. So, producers, if you in the chat, if y'all know any goggles, I need some like goggles, because it was everywhere. I gotta clean it up because I don't want the maintenance man to say, what's all this stuff all on the walls and stuff like that? I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot. Okay. I was really thinking about something. This is where I know. I'm telling you, that Bible, ooh, Lord Jesus. He said, you have committed adultery in your heart. Like, that, like, visualizing and I'm just telling y'all. Woo, man. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone right there. Okay. All right. Let me stop. I just need some goggles. It was, I'm like, whoa, oh. Because you can really have a good time by yourself. You can. I am a living witness. Ain't no TMI. I know it, but I'm being honest. It was like, okay, let's go. Okay. Let's get Nick Cannon. It's every time I just see Nick Cannon because he really utilize it, you know. I don't blame him. He don't want it to go to waste. All right, Nick Cannon. If you want a first guest, you can put me on your show. I would love to be an intern on the show and move up to AP and move up to EP and all that. You know what I'm saying? But Nick Cannon, don't go in there talking like Steve did. Don't go up in there talking about, you want the show to be in your name. You want to own the show and all that. Play your cards right. Move strategically. Call Oprah, but don't try to go in there trying to be Oprah, okay? So just play your cards right. Be humble. Do a good job. You know what I'm saying? And keep slinging that ping. All right, let's go to the next topic. All right. Who else we gonna talk about? Okay, we'll talk about these two. Erica Banks. So Erica Banks did an interview And she went off. I want to play it. And so you all hear a snippet of this interview of Erica Banks did, and she was mad that Megan Thee Stallion was brought up. Kind of upset. So I'm gonna let y'all hear this clip. We got to do it ghetto because I don't know how to do it the other way. So we're gonna do it ghetto. We're gonna do it the ghetto way because I don't know how to do it the other way. I love y'all. I gotta play it up to the computer. I mean to the thing. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute, what's going on?
You and Megan Thee Stallion, and obviously both of you ladies have or had affiliation with 1501 Certified Entertainment. And around that time, you dropped Flow Queen 1. You recently dropped Flow Queen 2, which is super fire. But in Flow Queen 1, you started it off by saying, I'm good on the crybaby. So, sis, I just want you to keep it real with me. Is there any beef between you and Megan?
There is no beef, and we're going to continue to talk about Erica Banks.
There is no beef, and we are going to continue to talk about Erica Banks. I just had to ask. I just had to tell you. Period, and you did, okay? So I have to ask.
I mean, listen, Erica, I get your point, but you throw out shots against Megan. You throw out shots against Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? You say you don't deal with no crybabies and stuff like that. So people gonna ask you questions about Megan. Let me tell you another reason. Carl Crawford, your boss, be pinning you, Erica, against Megan Thee Stallion. Because when you did a remix, she jumped into the remix 24 hours later and he was like, who did it best and all that. He be doing it because he messy. So you're gonna be asked questions about Megan Thee Stallion. It is what it is. You're not that big enough to say, oh, we just going to talk about Erica Banks. You're new in the game. So they're going to ask you these questions. They asked the same question to Nicki Minaj about Lil' Kim. Your Lil' Kim is Megan. So they're going to compare you with Megan. You're on the same label. It is what it is. And you went on another YouTube show. They got their teeth done and you can't tell them nothing. Spent $1,000 going out of town, risking to get COVID, got their mouth done. You went on that show. We ain't gonna get nobody no free prayer. Went on that show and you were talking about Megan. So again, you cannot get upset that people are asking you about Megan because you ain't shut that down. You were in all of that show because you want us to be messy. Now you tired of hearing about Megan. But they're going to keep asking you about Megan. If you come on this show right now, I'm going to ask you a question about Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm going to ask you a question when you're going to get the boobs done because you say you're going to get your boobs done. So, of course, I'm going to ask you. And I'll be like, no disrespect, but she's moving up she's up there in the game. She's the Beyonce of the female hip-hop right now. Multiple Grammys. I mean, #1 hits. So, of course, we're going to ask you about Megan. So, Erica, I just want you to hear that. Hear that and understand that they're going to ask you. That's the job of media. Because just ask you about Busted, that came and went. So now we got to be messy and ask you about Megan Thee Stallion. Who is this asking me, are you going to have your part? No. I done been moved. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Somebody done tried it. That ain't going to happen. You should have went on and got you another, show. You tried it. I did that last month. I'm not going to do it this month. Make a fool of me once. You ain't going to make a fool of me twice. Move right on. Okay, Erica, you got it? You got it? You understand it? You got it? Hope you understand it. Or don't do no more interviews. Until you get some #1 hits, you get your own, because it was a while, because Nicki got questioned about Kim. When she was coming up in the game, she went exempt. They were starting to compare her. And she shot it down. And her success have just gotten so gigantic and so many doors have been opened up. You can't even ask her about Lil' Kim no more. Because she have surpassed Kim. And I like Lil' Kim. She have surpassed Kim. But so she ain't going to get no more questions asked about Lil' Kim. She got the power. And if you want that relationship with Nicki, you ain't going to be bringing up no Lil' Kim. Or you will never get another interview with Nicki Minaj. But when Nicki Minaj was coming up in the game, when she was wearing the wigs, when she was the makeup and all that together, when she was coming up, she didn't really have her body all together. They would ask her question about Kim because Kim was the leader in female hip hop at that time. So they're gonna ask you, okay? It is what it is. And you probably gonna block me on Instagram, but I have to be honest. And if you do, it's okay. I'm not gonna miss a skip a beat or cry or twinkle because you gotta hear the truth. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not gonna get on the phone, Kiki. Hey, girl, you right. You should. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it real. They're gonna ask you. Just be prepared. Like, hey, let her be blessed. Let her shine. Let all these women shine and all that. God bless her. May she be good. But trying to cut it off. Oh, we want to talk about Erica Banks. What more have you done, Erica, for we could be giving you a full interview? Only thing you done was bust it. Travis Scott, and didn't go nowhere with the remix because he didn't promote it. He just put it in his little Instagram story. What more can we discuss? You haven't done that much yet. You're just new in the game. Don't be a diva now. You can't. You're new. You're a baby in the game. You're new. You still don't have a #1 hit on the Billboard. You don't have your own baby dolls. You don't have your own. You don't have that power to put on pink crops and it breaks the website. You just don't have that power yet. You don't. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's the truth. Okay. All right. This is why I ain't gonna be invited to the cookout. I'm not gonna be invited to the cookout, but it's okay. I cook my own food. This is why I'm not gonna be invited to the cookout. Okay? This is the main reason why I'm not gonna be invited to the cookout. Let's move on. We talked about that. I want to talk about Erica Banks. What more have she done? For real. Comment below in the chat. Tell me what more could she Megan's name gonna be brought up. Even Lil' Kim, if you interview her now, you gonna ask her questions about Nicki. You gonna ask, even though she gonna get pissed off, but you gonna ask her. Okay? Let's go. All right, let's get Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, apparently, I want to say this about Kim. So she's in the news because they're saying that she was hiring underage workers and she wasn't paying them. And she was forcing them to do overtime and all that. I don't believe that story at all. I don't believe it. Why would Kim do that? And you got the money, just pay people. I hope that you're paying them the right way. I just don't believe that. I need more evidence for that. But the reason why I brought her on to talk about her today is because she failed the baby bar exam because she's in school right now and she's going it the way where she's working with lawyers. She's not in law school, so she's working with lawyers in California. It's a certain way that you could become a lawyer in California where you don't have to go to law school. It's a fast track program. So apparently she had to take the baby bar, which the baby bar exam, and she failed it, right? She didn't pass. And I felt bad. But she was close, but she missed it about 60, 70 points. She had missed it. And people were dragging her. And I'm like, don't drag her. Like, you're not going to pass on your first try. It's many skilled lawyers didn't pass the baby bar at the first try. And I heard that the baby bar exam is more difficult to pass than the regular. It's the regular bar exam, the one that you have to take to become a licensed attorney, is easier than the baby bar, according to Kim. That's what Kim Kardashian said. So I am praying that she pass it, and I'll pray that she become an attorney, and I pray that she really do great in law and do great for people that need to get out of jail and prison and really be an advocate. And I think she will. I think she would be a great attorney. Even Van Jones, I think IT got through on her. Now he says she's going to be an awesome attorney, but allegedly I'm hearing that she been dealing with Van Jones. And then, according to Wendy Williams, that Kim Kardashian pretty much did like a slide by with Drake. So she's doing what she's doing. And see that, Kim, you got to leave these men alone. Focus on them books. Close them legs and focus on them books. Okay? Right now, you don't need to be giving Van Jones no nookie until he give you the answers to the test, tell you how to pass that exam. Right now, your focus should be, how can I pass this exam so I can become a licensed attorney, so I can practice law. Right now, you shouldn't be trying to deal with men to try to be who gonna be your next husband and all that. Don't worry about that. Your top priority should be on passing the bar exam so you can become an attorney. That should be your passion. That should be your focus, not these men. Because men gonna be here always. You're gonna always be able to cop a man. It is what it is. You love black men. There's plenty of them that will love to lay down with you and and sharing that experience. But right now, you need to be focused on that. Get a nerd that's into books and all that. Deal with men like that. But dealing with Drake, he ain't gonna tell you how to pass no bar exam. Now Van Jones is good, but don't be giving him. I hope you ain't give him none. If you did that before you became, you dumb. Don't be giving him none until he tell you all the answers so you can pass. And if he was helping you study and you still fail, you need to dump him and get somebody else. Okay, let's get off the screen. But I don't feel for that. Oh, before I get off the screen, I remember that because I remember I tried to join the army, right? I did eventually join, but you had to take the ASVAB test. So I had failed the ASVAB test like 3 or 4 times. It was like math, reading, but I failed it. I failed it like 3 or 4 times. I would take it, oh, you didn't pass. Take it, oh, you didn't pass. Take it, oh, you didn't pass. And then eventually one day I got a tutor, and I really started to stay focused on it. And then when I took it the 5th time, I passed it. I was able to join the army. It didn't. I had a terrible army career. I didn't do much. I left, but I did pass it because I had to stay focused. So you have to really stay focused and study and study and study. Okay, but I do wish you well. All right, let's get off the screen. I just had to talk about Kim Kardashian. Okay, I don't know what we're doing with time right now, but let's get DMX. We're gonna talk about DMX next. DMX. We're gonna talk about DMX. So his son and daughters, they are now filing court documents to be a part of his estate. They want to be over his estate, and we are learning, according to the blogs and the media, that his estate is worth $1 million less than that. And I'm like, what in the world did he do with all his money? But being on drugs, being a crackhead, you smoke it up, like you make bad deals. And even I remember when R. Kelly, when he was doing an interview, he signed over a lot of his rights to his music, to his masters. He signed it over for a little of nothing. So obviously, I think DMX probably signed a lot of things over. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look over the court documents or his finances, but I'm assuming that he don't own. I'm assuming that the estate don't own the masters. It's probably owned by whatever company that he signed to. They probably own his masters of his music. That's where the money comes from, and his family would do really well if they own the masters. But just $1 million, like that's like sad. Like I would at least thought it was like 30 million because he sold a lot of records. But it doesn't matter about how many records you sold. It's about what that contract, what deal did you make, because it's, as they say, I heard this a long time ago, that it's 10% music, 90% business. If your business is not together, it will hunt you in the long run. And then when you pass on without a will, it really will hunt your family, because then they have to get lawyers and pay out money that they don't even have right now to figure out how much this estate is worth, what is it worth, how can we make money on this estate, who do we put over it so we can make some type of profit so we can be able to take care of our families off this estate. So I'm praying for the family that they get the right attorney, the right accountants, just the right people over it so they all can be well taken care of. I know Swiss B said he'd be there for the family, but you can't be taking that because that could be just lip service. People will say anything once they're in the media, but behind closed doors, they don't do nothing. So, not saying he's not going to do nothing, but, you do that lip service and then the family be looking at you, hey, Swiss, where you at? We need you. And there ain't nowhere to be found, okay? So I hope that they get it together, and my condolences with the family. And yet you still have to grieve, and yet you still got to handle your business, because this is yet still a business and the world is still moving on. And so I hope that the family get it together with his estate. All right. Let me see what else I'm going to talk about. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, so do we have Summer Walker? Here we go, Summer Walker. Here we go. So Summer Walker, Lord have mercy. She decided to post a picture of what she feed her baby. So what in there was some powder. It looked like it was some seeds. It was some type of natural stuff that she feed her baby. And she posted the picture. And many people was like, ugh, this disgusting. I won't feed my baby this. And all of this, she posted it. Then people talking about, we need to report her to the Child Protective Services. And I'm like, what? And I said, Summer, you didn't have to post it. You got to be careful when you become famous, even now, whatever. When you famous, let's speak on that. Think before you post. Let me drink some water. Think before you post. Because posting that will send people to talk about it. Because it just was a bad post. You didn't have to post it. Whatever you feed, we didn't need to know that. And it could be all healthy and great for the baby. But the way that it looked disgusting. Like, who would feed that to their baby? Is that what she feed her baby? Is she really take care of her baby right? So we would have never had, that would have never came up on the internet if she didn't post the picture. And I see that Tasha K had apologized to, let me see, do I have that? When she apologized? Give me a second, you guys. She apologized. Even Tasha had to apologize. She said this at Summer Walker. I got a little emotional. I'm a mother as well. And when I saw the picture you posted, I was triggered. I have no right to tell another mother how to raise their own child or assuming neglect is taking place. My sincere apologies to you and your family. I get it. And I'm not going to apologize to Summer Walker. I just say, that was dumb for you to post the picture. And yet, that was great that Tasha apologized, if she felt the way. Apologize, that was great. But you ain't have to post the picture. Like, come on now, Summer. Get it together. You ain't got to post a picture. Have you? Come on now. We didn't have to know that. There's like some stuff you can just keep just for you to know and your baby. The public didn't need to know that. I'm going to just say it again. The public, we didn't need to know that. And I want y'all to call in, and once y'all call in, y'all give y'all comments and stuff like that, and post below, would you feed your baby what Summer Walker had on there? Would you feed your baby? And if you didn't see the picture, is the picture still up? Let me see. I don't have the picture still up, but just go to Neighborhood Talk. It's up there somewhere. It was weird. It was a weird picture. It's just really weird. Summer Walker's kind of weird too. Allegedly. She looks weird. Like, she got all these tattoos. Like, really weird. But she could be a nice woman. Just kind of awkward weird. I like awkward. Like, when I say weird, like awkward. Like awkward, Like, well, what are you doing at? You know what I'm saying? Just awkward to me. The awkward girl. And she could be a great mother. Let's go to... What else we want to talk about? Okay... Do I have his picture up here? Yes, I do. Conway. Is it Conway Brown? Did I have his name right? Conway Brown? Hope I'm saying his name right. Conway Brown. He's in the media right now. Conway. Everybody's talking about him. His platform that blew up. It's like great, right? So already we talked about Charlamagne the God and how he's just dragging the Breakfast Club, how Conway is just dragging the Breakfast Club right now and really just dragging Charlamagne the God. And one major mistake Charlamagne made, I think in this instance, do we have his picture while I bring his name up? Give me a second, you guys. He made a major mistake. A major mistake. Major mistake he made. Do we have that? He made two mistakes. Okay, I don't have his picture. Give me a second, you guys. He actually made two mistakes in my assessment. Give me a second while I pull up his picture, because I want his picture on the screen too. Because he made two mistakes, and I'm doing this out of love. Out of love, he just made two mistakes that I can just say. Okay. Mistake number one is apologizing. No, mistake number one was sending a cease and desist to Conway Brown. That was a mistake. Don't do that. And the reason why you don't do that, because you're dealing with a blogger now, right? That's going to tell the world, oh, he sent me a cease and desist. I don't care nothing about a cease and desist. Cardi B made a mistake like that. She kept sending Tasha cease and desist letters. That's a major mistake you can send a blogger. If Cardi B or Erica Banks, they send me cease and desist, the first thing I'm going to say, they send me a cease and desist, I blow my nose with a cease and desist, I don't care, sue me, take me to court, and then all this clout that I'm going to just get, just instantly clout. You know, that's what happened. When he sent us, and then what it take, then you get Flunk Master Flex. They gonna say what they have to say. All it just grows the legs. Then you came out. Oh, I want to apologize, Conway Brown. I hope I'm saying the man name right. I could be saying his name right. I could be saying it wrong. But Conway Brown, y'all, the man on the screen. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that to you. I'm in Moss Corner, and you in Moss Corner. Your family's in there. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said. No, you shouldn't apologize. Apologize for what? That's what you do. You get on your platform, and you get on your platform, and you said what you said. Just stay in it. Don't apologize. Sometimes I gotta be caught up with all that apology. It kind of make you weak every other day you apologize. Sometimes just stay in it. Stay in it. Just go out. Just let it pass. He apologized. They drag him in the Breakfast Club comments. All them thumbs down. All them what's cooking in the sauna. What's cooking? They was posting all of Kwame, all what he say on his platform. And they was posting it. The Breakfast Club decided, we're going to take this down. We're not going to leave this on our YouTube channel. So they took it down. I'm like, why y'all doing that, Breakfast Club? Y'all are an international brand. You taking it out and making it seem like Conway is right and Charlemagne is wrong. When in fact, he have freedom of speech. He have a right to say, just like Conway have a right to have freedom of speech. And this is another thing, Charlemagne. You cannot throw stones and somebody throw one at you and then you want to send some paperwork. You just can't. Because sending a cease and desist, I have done it. It don't do nothing to the other person. All they're going to do is do a video about it. You're going to have to do what Dr. Larry Reed got to do. Go and sue, get a process server, and do the court. And even doing that, that person got all that time to talk. Because Dr. Larry Reed suing a blogger, they still making videos about Dr. Larry Reed. Because you got to wait till they answer a certain time, then they can post all that. Just look at, I tell people all the time, when you want to sue, when you want to do this, look at Cardi B and Tasha K. Just look at that example. That's a good example. Do you really want to spend years in court with a blogger? Because what Tasha did with that situation, she grew and to became a multi-millionaire, about to reach 1 million subs. Business is thriving. And it really started to thrive once Cardi B did that. It made her into a household name. Made Tasha into a household name. So with Dr. Larry Reed, what's going to happen? That person that he's suing going to be a household name. Because everybody quiet. I just got off the phone with somebody, and this ain't about Conway and Charlemagne. I just got off the phone with somebody that works in media. They're going to write a piece about Dr. Larry Reed. They're going to write a piece. They're just waiting on to get the logistics of the lawsuit and what the judge goes. They're going to talk about this. So when you go and sue, just know you think it's going to be, shh, don't say nothing. It's going to be quiet. They're going to talk. So with Conway, he ain't going to stop. He going to keep on talking about what's cooking. Charlemagne, it is what they're going to talk about. And now though everybody talking about Charlemagne the God. It is what it is. And I want to say shout out to Lovely T. She talked about Charlemagne the God. She went and gave a full breakdown about all the stuff that Charlemagne the God, the problematic things that he have said. He have said a lot of problematic things. But to him, he think it's funny. I have to learn from this. I even said some things that was problematic. So I can't be like, oh, Charlemagne, you should never. I have said some things that was problematic. Charlemagne, he went far, because some stuff he said, I don't know what would make him think to say that. But he have said it. And I'm not going to repeat what he said. You can Google what he said. His tweets, what he said. It's all on social media of the problematic things that Charlamagne have said. He have been accused by Jessica Reed of the R word. Y'all know the R word is 4 letters. He accused. Jessica Reed said he took advantage of her, and that's something that's going to live on for the rest of his life. Just like the library situation going to live for me for the rest of my life. They're going to always remember, you did that to the library. You destroyed the library. You know, they go, child, they're going to talk about that. They gonna always, you did that to the library, you destroyed it, as though like the library beautiful renovations that I paid for, okay, brand new computers that I paid for, all that, but they're gonna bring it up. It's in business. When I go to another level, they're gonna talk about the library situation. Why are you doing business with him? He did this to the library, you know. It's just gonna happen. And Charlamagne, Kwame? I don't know. But thank you. Somebody trying to make sure I got it right. But I got his name wrong. But they're going to talk about it. So he's a failed... I'm assuming that he played basketball. He's a failed basketball player because he wasn't successful in basketball. And so Charlamagne should have said, and actually, if you apologize, in reality, you should never say nothing at all if you weren't ready for the smoke. You knew this man was going to talk. He's not going to sit here and not talk about it. So you just got to, I don't think that Charlamagne knew that this guy was going to get all this publicity like he got. I don't think he was ready for that clapback. But you got to know when you out here talking, you on these platforms, you got to know, if you can dish, you got to know how to take it. You got to have thick skin in this business. You got to. I know I said the man's name wrong, but he say what's cooking and all that. I don't watch his content at all. I just saw a clip of when he was cussing out Charlamagne, but I don't watch like in its entirety because I'm building my own show. So I just, I don't. That's how I don't know how to. I'm building my own platform, so I don't have time to watch his stuff, because he say what's cooking and all that. He's a failed I don't want to watch no failed basketball player that didn't do successful at basketball. I want to see somebody that's successful. Now I will watch LeBron James, the shop. He's successful. He got the shop. He got. You know what I'm saying? He got Jay-Z, and I watch because he said I don't watch no failed basketball player with bad lighting, bad quality, trying to talk about Charlamagne the guy. No, I'm not watching it. But he got a lot of publicity because the Breakfast Club responded. When you respond to shows, they grow. I could talk about Cardi. If Cardi B put me in a lawsuit and sue me, instantly the Wiley Show will grow in views. Because you got the biggest person that done that. And, that's how business operate. If I go to the store and somebody punched me in my face and it's Lil Baby, boo, you said this, instantly the Wiley Show grows. That just happened. It happens. That's just how the universe works. That's how it works. Okay? So Charlamagne, you will get through this, but you're going to always deal with Jessica Reed. That is going to be your person that's going to always humble you and bring that up. And what I learned from Lovely T said that, give me a second. What did she say? She said that Jessica reached out to somebody in Black Lives Matter movement. I think I'm saying it right. And she wanted them, or is it Me Too or Black Lives Matter? It was one of those. It could be Me Too or Black Lives Matter. Can you help me with my story to get my story out? According to what Lovely T was saying, they said, no, Charlamagne is our ally. He's our friend. So obviously he's protected. It is what it is. And people keep on bringing up R. Kelly. It took decades for R. Kelly to get what he's got, what he's currently dealing with today. Decades. It took Bill Cosby decades. It didn't happen overnight. I'm talking about decades. So it's going to take maybe another maybe another 10 years, 20 years, maybe, or another victim, unfortunately. Going to have to come out and say some things about that. If somebody else come out, then maybe I'll be like, is this a pattern? As of right now, he's too protected in media right now. Democrats love him. You know what I'm saying? That's their person that they anytime they need a message to come out, they put them on. They come on the show. The DNC love them, and they're not going to be, they're going to push it on the rug. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Ain't no evidence. Ain't no evidence at all. Then I'm hearing, according to what I learned from Lovely T, I was watching it today because somebody sent me her live. I was driving. I was listening. And she said that the DNA test, it wasn't no DNA test at all. They never tested. I'm like, because the mama didn't want to see through the case of Jessica Reed mom. That's what I heard. So that's the only thing is, But Charlamagne said that he was charged with this. And he was like, you were charged with it? He's like, yeah, but what happened? It was like, I didn't do it. I was innocent. And so he brought it up. So he first brought this up, and Jessica started to talk, and that's how it picked up legs. But until you see Jessica on Oprah or seeing her on Tamron Hall, unfortunately, Charlamagne gonna stay in his position. That's just what it is. People keep saying, "Oh, he needs to be canceled." How you want to cancel him? You still watching his content? See, this is what gets me when people they talk about cancel somebody. How you say you gonna cancel Charlamagne the guy and you still watch the Breakfast Club? You still listen. You still play his. When people say I'm canceling Charlamagne, you still play his clips. You still play what he said. That ain't cancel. When you say I'm canceling Netflix, that means you ain't watching no more Netflix. You can't say I'm gonna cancel Netflix and you still watching the shows on that. Well, what you all watching Netflix? Oh, but I thought you said you canceled it. When counsel me, you ain't watching it, you ain't consuming it, you ain't listening to his voice. We shouldn't hear that man's voice on your platform. But the more you talk about it and the more you put his name in the title, that's going to drive more traffic to Charlamagne the guy, and it's going to drive more traffic to the Breakfast Club. It's going to drive more traffic to DJ Envy and Angela Yee. She going to be selling you all those smoothies, and DJ Envy going to be selling you a house with a leaky roof and bad foundation, and you got to go and buy that house. I think it's all going to thrive. And Charlamagne going to get people to sell a book, and you're going to be going to the Charlamagne podcast, which nobody don't really even listen to the Black Effect podcast like network. Allegedly. I don't know if really get them many views like that. They be posting up video clips and they don't get them many views. It could be millions of listeners. I'll have to check it for myself, but they be posting video clips up and don't get them many views, okay? But we're going to move on for Mr. Charlamagne. The God, let's get into this other lady that apparently that we put in the title. Do we have her clip up here? Where is that? Because I put her name in here. Hold on, you guys. Okay. I hope this is her. Sabrina. Oh, no. We ain't going to talk about Sabrina. We're going to talk about Erica Mena. Do we have her and her husband? Let's talk about them before we get into that. Okay. Ciao. Erica Mena and Safaree. I'm so tired of Erica because this woman, what you doing, you keep on wanting to throw divorce in Safaree face. That's not going to make him get right. You knew he wasn't nothing when you married him. You knew he wasn't faithful when you married him. So why you keep throwing up, I'm filing for divorce? You know you don't want to divorce Safaree. You in love with that man. You love that big old P. You love him, but it's something that he doing you want him to be in order. So just stop with this, I'm filing for divorce. And you don't file. You remind me of Princess. Oh, I'm separating. We separated, and they never do. Y'all love each other. Go to some counseling. Maybe you need to meet up with Bishop Blake. Or Bishop T.D. Jakes. Or Bishop Jamal Bryant, or Pastor Jamal Bryant, but no, he might try to smash Erica Mena. No, don't meet up with Pastor Bryant, legend. No, don't meet up. Don't meet up. Don't meet up. Don't meet up with Pastor Bryant. He'll try to smash Erica Mena right in there. Okay, well, Safaree, allegedly. But you keep on saying, I'm filing for divorce, and you don't do it. And then you be defending your husband, and y'all loving each other. Your house was just broken into. Like, is it financial? Like, what are you trying to, or you doing it for clicks? Sometimes people just do that for some clout, for some clicks and views, for some media attention, because you keep doing this. And she filed, and the media didn't pick it up until like a couple of days later. So that no, you ain't that important. Because if you were really important, the day that you filed it would have reached a lot of outlets. We're just tired of Erica Mena and Safaree. We tired of y'all. Y'all got y'all house broken into, which I don't even think nobody broke it. I just really think somebody that y'all pay some actors to break up in that house so y'all can record and put it on social media. I really don't think so. Y'all got all these cameras. Because if y'all got all them cameras, how in the world were they able to get in there? That to me looks suspicious. And we need to hear some more of update on it, because you posted a little clip. Do y'all know who this person is? You on camera. They did it. That looked very suspicious, bruh. Look very suspicious. Like y'all doing that for some clout. I don't trust none that come out of Erica mouth. I don't trust none that come out of Safaree. Them are the two biggest clout chasers they are the biggest clout chasers in the business. Erica and Safaree. They are the two biggest. Oh, let me get what's his name off here? Charlemagne, because he not a clout chaser. Let me get Charlamagne off here. I bet she be like, why he still got me on there? Okay. All right. Dang, where you at? Hold on, you guys. I didn't even know he was still up here. They was like, why is that? Okay. The biggest clout chase ever. Just go to counseling. You don't want to divorce him. Stop having babies. You know what I'm saying? Did you just have another baby by him? Like, or you're pregnant or you're expecting? Just stop. Just go to counseling. Stop telling your business all on social media. Get it together. You're too beautiful to be going through all this. And Safaree, y'all, get it together. And if it's finances, get a YouTube channel. Talk about it on YouTube. Y'all can make a lot of money on YouTube. Do what Monique and Sydney used to do on YouTube. They used to do a podcast saying Monique and Sydney open relationship. She would get on there and say, hey, daddy. He would get on there and say, hey, mama. Just get to a YouTube channel. Yeah. Or you could talk about sex, lovemaking, relationships, drama, whatever. Talk about it on YouTube. Just do that. Do what everybody else do. Get a channel, get your money. But it's probably finance and it's probably cheating. One of the two. I'm really spending on probably finance. Probably Safaree ain't bringing it in like that. Ain't nobody really checking for him like that. Ain't nobody really checking for Erica like that. A lot of folks don't like her. I don't know too much about her not to like her. I think when I heard about Erica, she was going at it with MC Shaky, and she tried to send MC Shaky, try to get a restraining order. They had like a big beef, and I heard her credit score was like in the 500s. I'm like, how in the world you got a blue check verification? You got this mansion, you got all this. Your credit score is 500 and something, according to MC Shaky. All right. And we were supposed to interview MC Shaky, but one day we'll get him on the show. Shout out to MC Shaky. Oh man, did we talk about everything? Let me get Sabrina out here. Where you at, Sabrina? Sabrina. Okay, here we go. I hope this is. So Sabrina, according to her, you already know who this woman is. She is saying that she's gonna sue T.I and Tiny because T.I and Tiny put a gun up to her. T.I put a gun up to her head. So she says she's going to sue them. But then now she said you got 7 days. Let me see if I can pull up. 7 days to apologize and I will drop the lawsuit. That's what she said. Let me see if I can find it. Do I have it? I thought I had it on here. Give me 1 second. Somebody sent it to me. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Where are we at?
Tell the truth about what you did to me and apologize. I'm gone. I don't want one dime. I don't want one dime. And here's the other stipulation. Do it within 7 days. Do it within 7 days. I don't want when you just listen, do this, what I'm saying right now, within 7 days. Within 7 days, tell the truth and apologize. And I'm gone. Sabrina, she done with. I don't want a dime from you or X, Y, Z. But if I gotta keep drawing this shit out, I gotta keep stepping away from my motherfucking brand. I gotta keep stepping away from my weed and my weed jars. I gotta keep stepping away from my motherfucking packaging. I gotta stepping away from my fundraising I'm supposed to be doing, my $12 million fundraise. If I gotta keep stepping away from my goddamn desk to answer these motherfucking calls, then bitch, you gon' then that's it is what it is. Tell the truth about me. Tell the truth about what you did to me and apologize. I'm gone. I don't want one dime.
Okay, so what she's saying is she don't want one dime. You got 7 days to apologize. I got this $1 million fundraising I'm trying to do. She's really trying to blackmail them so they can say they did it. So all these other victims come out. Ain't recognize gang T.I. They ain't gonna come out and apologize, Sabrina, at all. And then Sabrina said this. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear. I saved this and I will actually post this on YouTube so y'all can actually get it. I'm sorry, I'll actually post this on my Instagram. So if y'all don't catch it or can't hear it, I will actually post it actually on my Instagram if you can't hear it, right? So I'm going to play this clip of what she said. Hopefully y'all can hear it. If y'all can't, I'll just post it on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at The Wiley Show. Moderators post the Instagram. All right. Where's she at? This is what she said.
I'm blessed today that nigga put a gun in my head. I'm so happy he put a gun to my head 15 years ago or 13 years ago, whatever it was that I was setting up your child's party for your broke ass. I'm blessed he put that gun in my head because he saved me from this fuck shit. He saved me because I'm a loyal motherfucker. I'm a down-ass bitch. And I probably would have been right there coercing, manipulating, running along with you motherfuckers. But he saved me. God had a different path for me.
All right. Y'all heard that. This that guy, she had a gun. She said 15, 17, she ain't know what time. That probably could have never happened. Unfortunately. But you got to be careful who you allow in your space. Because you will get the people drag you in the media. You got to be careful, T.I. Title, who you allow in your space. Right now, I ain't got to worry about it because I ain't famous yet. But now I know who to have in my space, who not to have in my space. And it is not the many people. You got to be careful who you allow in your space. Friends and business is different. Do not mix the two. Be careful who you embrace and put out publicly. Because if they get a certain relationship with you, a public relationship, and this is what it is, when they all fall out, they're going to drag you in media. They're going to troll you. And Sabrina is a troll. And T.I. and Tiny just got to deal with the repercussions. Because they got from the gun in the head to now they was actually arming people in Las Vegas with them charges. I didn't go nowhere because they said investigated go nowhere. And LAPD is investigating. So, listen. This is all T.I. and Tiny fault for embracing somebody like a Sabrina. They should have left Sabrina in the gutter. That's where they should have left her. Her behind in the gutter. They should have never embraced and allowed that woman to sit in their home, consume their food, be around their children, because Sabrina is a snake. And you hear what she said, oh, you got 7 days. I don't want no money. You know you want some money. Because you ain't got no money. You think we gonna believe y'all got 7 days, just come out and apologize, admit what y'all doing, and I will not go to court. Like, really? Okay. They said T.I. and Tiny was at church the other day. Okay. And I will go to church too. If I'm getting dragged in the media, you gonna see me at Bishop T.D. Jake's church. I'm by Bishop T.D. Or you may see me at Full Gospel Church. I'm going to be at church too. They go through so much, they need to be in church. And Tiny should have got up there and sang. And T.I. might want to become a minister or a preacher. They might try to get a church together. Who knows? They see Kanye West making all that money and the gospel music just took over. They probably could make money being the First Lady Tiny and the Pastor Prophet T.I. Tim Harris, Pastor Harris. They could just go on and give their own church. I'll be in church too. I'm getting dragged. They say I'm going to jail. When you got to search with yourself, you better go to church to get the Lord. But you should have been in church before you did what that they say you did. If you did do that, you should have been with God before all this stuff happened. Don't play with God. Then now you want to go to church. Okay. All right. Now you want to church. Now. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, casting down their golden crowns to thee. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. I'll be in church right there. Put me in church. You know that's all service time and all. I'll be right there. Okay. Woo. I think we talked about everything. Did y'all enjoy the show? Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. We will take a caller. So give me a second. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Praise! Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Ooh, I want to go to church too. Oh, basha da 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 da. Oh. Hey, yeah. That just I done felt that. Hey, whoa. Hey, blah. Woo, wee. I wish I could get up and shout right now. I want to go to church too. Man, anybody church open in Dallas? If you're in Dallas, let me know if the churches is open. They need to open up the churches because if the club is open up, if I go to a Monique show, I need to go to church too. Okay. All right. Let's go to the phone lines. I'll let y'all call in real quick. Just so we'll get a couple of phone calls. And don't call the line talking about you don't know what we talked about. This was a good show today. Okay? Give me a second. We're going to open up the phone lines. Real quick. I don't know if I'm going to open. We'll see how it goes. Give me a second, you guys. Open up this phone line. All right. So y'all know what we talked about. We talked about a lot of subjects today. And we're going to keep it 2 minutes. It won't be all day. Get it real quick. You better talk real fast. Because I think we've been on here for a whole hour. Let me know how long we've been on here. Okay? All right, hold on. What are we doing? Okay. All right, this is what I need to do. Okay. All right. Let me not do that because I don't want the music playing. All right, here we go. All right. The number is 646-716. Oh, let me put it in there. Okay. 646-716-8447. All right. I pinned in the chat. And next week we should have it so I can post it on the screen. All right. The praise dance on T.I and Tiny Church is going to be covered and glittered. Yeah, they better be covered. And I hope they ain't going to get no more victims. Don't be going to church mess with the church girl. Because you ain't got to put none in their drink.
Your show now. Press
you ain't
1.
got to put none in their drink.
Your show is scheduled to start in 17 seconds.
With one church girl I dealt with, she was, how old? She was 26, 27.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Hold on.
4.
Let's get to there.
3, 2, 1.
Hold on.
Blog Talk
All right,
Radio.
the phone line's open up. That's how I broke my virginity. She was 26. I was like 18 or 19. She was about 26, 27. And she lived right next door to the church. And we were getting it in. I was supposed to teach her how to do her schoolwork. I was supposed to teach her how to do, you know what I'm saying? She was in college and, you know, she didn't know too much about college and stuff like that. And I was in college. She was doing the time. And one thing led to another. And she was doing what she was doing. And we were right next door to the church. And it was good, too, the first time. The second time, she had, you know, she got lazy. She just wanted to lay there. And it was, you know, it was too much, you know. That was right there. But let's talk about this Chicago trip. So, you guys, if you all did not know, I was in Chicago. visiting family. I was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I was in Chicago. And I went to Chicago. Originally, the plan was to link up with somebody, get a hotel room, and pretty much, make love. But that didn't really happen. I really wanted to spend time with family. Because at first I was like, I had a plan A and a plan B. The plan B was spend time with family. Plan A was to get it in. But plan A, once my mom picked me up from the airport, some told me like, you need to spend time with your mother. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one week after Mother's Day, and I was like, spend time with your mom. So yes, and then see your nieces and nephews. And once I saw the baby, my sister baby, she got a 2-month-old baby. I saw her and I'm like, oh my God, take her. I had to stay, and I saw my other niece. She was like, Uncle. She was holding. It was really nice. My mom barbecued and her man barbecued. And the food was delicious. And I told my mom I wanted some collard greens. And she was like, okay, let's get collard greens. So the first day I got to Chicago, we went to the grocery store. She was able to get the collard greens and we were able to get the ribs. We was there and I was able to talk to my mom. It was really, really nice. She was like, do you want some lunch? I was like, okay, this is good. This is good vibe. Because mind you, I haven't seen my mother in a long time, right? And our relationship had been very rocky. And some of the stuff been public. So I was like skeptical because the last time I came, I felt like I wasn't welcome. Right? And she told me why she didn't want me to, why I felt like that. I felt like I wasn't welcome. I felt some tension. So this time was much, much better. And I told her about it. So this time she was really showing me some attention. And that happened that day. Then we get to the house and I see my nieces and everything. Then my brother kids, their mom decided to say, hey, I want to see Marquise, and the kids want to see him. So they all came to Chicago. They drove like 3 or 4 hours. They came to Chicago to see me and to see my mom, and we were there talking. And they was like, Uncle, this, and they were bad. They were some bad kids. I love my niece and nephew, but they bad. And me, I'm the fun uncle. When I say I'm fun, I'm gonna do TikTok. My 4-year-old niece taught me how to do TikTok. I did not know how to do TikTok. So she was like, this is how you do TikTok, Uncle. And I'm like, really? I never knew how to use that TikTok. My 4-year-old niece got a TikTok. And she know how to do the TikTok. So she was like, this is the move. That is the move. And she knew the moves. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know none of the moves. So I'm like really learning. And she was just, I'm like, what are you doing, niece? She was like, I'm on TikTok. And I'm like, you know how to do TikTok? When I was 4 years old, I didn't know nothing about no TikTok. None of that. So she was dancing on music. I was like, wow. So we did a couple of videos on TikTok. And so it was so much fun. I was able to talk to my sister. Then my sister was like, let's go outside, let's smoke. And I was smoking weed, because weed is legal in Illinois. So I'm just smoking. I mean, blunts. Then it was like, do you want something to drink? I was like, yeah, I'm drinking Hennessy, Coca-Cola, just going through just smoking just weed. Then she had this weed pen. I was like, oh yeah, I want the pen too. Just smoking everywhere. And it's like, let's go fishing. So, my mom decided the next day we was gonna go fishing. So we went fishing and we was playing all these old school music and we was listening to all these old school songs. I'm like, man, these songs we are really listening to. I don't know all this up. And I was really there joking. My mom liked fishing, and I wanted to be there. And I was listening to music, we dancing, having a good time. For the first 2 hours, listening to music. Then the third hour was all ready to go. Then the fourth hour, I was ready to go. Then the fifth hour, I was ready to go. So we was out there for about 5 hours. Then my mom, her boyfriend, his cousin started to come over. And his cousin, his kids, they was there to fishing. And so I was having fun for a couple of hours and I was ready to go. The Bluetooth speaker went out and the battery was dead on that. And I was like, I'm done playing the DJ. I'm ready to go home. I'm done with the fishing. I'm done because this stuff is boring. I'm ready to go. And at first, I was having fun, listening to music. And my mama kept on saying, Marquise, you want some more chips? I don't want no more potato chips. I don't want no more sandwiches. I'm ready to go. So eventually, she's like, okay, let's go. We was there for about 4 to 5 hours. Then we get back to the house, playing some more music, and this time I'm back at home with my nieces and nephews. I mean, they everywhere. They coming this way. Uncle this. And then their mom's like, don't give them no more popsicles. I'm like, y'all want some more popsicles? I gave them popsicles. I'm the fun uncle. I don't want to be the uncle, the disciplinarian. I just don't want to do that. I just want to be the fun uncle, give them candy, popsicles, and everything. I want to be the fun, like having fun, like the lit uncle, right? So we was doing TikTok, and then they was like, and then one of them was like, you better stop. So I'm like, no, like, they good, they okay. Even because it was really good, because I was like shocked to hear uncle. I'm like, woo, they keep calling me uncle. I'm fat. I'm their uncle. So hearing that, and I was like, man. And we was just having a lot of fun. I mean, they were wow, like they are really something. And I was like, man, my brother got a lot of kids. And they are very active. And they're very active. Like, they need to be in football. They need to be in basketball. And one needs to do ballet. I think my niece needs to be doing dance. She's very creative. They just need to be in stuff. And I told them, I said, listen, put y'all kids in basketball, football, dance, ballet. Give them something to do. Let them channel that energy into positive things, right? Into positive things. Let them channel all the energy they got, put them in some activities so they can and help, give them something to do other than just telling them to sit down. Don't make, like, come on now, they kids, they're gonna move, they're gonna make noise. It is what it is. Especially when the cousins, all of them come around, it is what it is. So let's make all that noise. Then this is the thing with my niece. Oh, that's my bike. Oh, I need my bike. She wasn't even worried about the bike. Before they got there, before her cousins got there, she wasn't stunned that bike. The bike was just there collecting dust. Soon as they come and get the bike, I want the bike. I want it now. She was crying, all that. It was just a lot. It was really, really a lot. Then my mom wanted to ask me about the DNA ancestry. She wanted to know about that. So we talked about that. And my mom said she do remember him. She finally told me that. And so we're getting more details in there on Patreon, because we had a conversation about that. But we'll talk about that on Patreon. But she did ask me everything. But the liquor and the drinking and the drinking and drinking. And I don't judge my mother about drinking. She grown. She can do whatever. And I, they was like, you want to drink some? I said, no, I'm a social drinker. I said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a social drinker. I can drink socially. I can't drink cases of beer. I can't do that. I don't even like beer. But I can drink some Hennessy and some Coca-Cola. But cases of beer, another case. No, my mom she's a drinker. She'll say, I ain't no alcohol. I'm like, okay, all right, I ain't black then. And I don't judge you, because you're my mama. I love you. But her boyfriend was like, listen, I'm gonna get you turned up. And like, hey, he was knocked out sleep, because I'm a social drinker. I don't just drink just bottles of that ain't me. That never been me. I could drink a glass of some Hennessy, about two glasses of that, cut some ice. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm done. But the way how they drink, good God, that liver, I could just imagine. And my mom, I love you, mama. She's just moving around. Oh, I'm just sweating so much. I said, of course you sweating. You drinking cases and cases and cases. I've been sweating too. I'm just sweating. I need to sit. I said, you need to sit down. You just drinking all that. You're going to fall out just drinking all this. Drinking. But I love you. So we having a good time. It was a vibe. The music was playing. My mom have a beautiful home. Just nice. Like, really, really nice. It was nice. Just spending time with family. And my mom dropped me off at the airport. And what was that? Oh, before that, the lady I was supposed to link up with her. We were supposed to go out. We were supposed to get the hotel room, but I changed my mind. And I really wanted to go with her like that Saturday. I said, man, I want to do it. But my mom, we was sitting down watching a movie, and I just didn't want to mess up that vibe being with my mother and my siblings and my nieces and nephews. So she understood, but she's like, come over now. You can just come to my place and all that. But I didn't want to. I'm not sneaking in nobody's place to go in and smash. That ain't me, because I'm loud. I can't be quiet. I would just say right there for a second. She says, you could just sneak in. You know, my mom won't know. I said she will know, because it's going to be some noise. So, and she going to bust in. I'm getting up in age. I cannot be climbing out no windows and stuff like that. That ain't going to happen. She was like, come over. She going to be, my mama ain't going to be knowing. That ain't going to happen. And I already know that ain't going to work. But I did when I was real tempted, because she had sent me some pictures and I was tempted. But I couldn't get into that temptation. I had to stay home with family. That's why I gotta book me another trip in June, because I got to. I was thinking about it too much last night. I was thinking about it too much. I got to. I'll see mama another time, but in June we'll link up. We'll link up in the summertime, and she already texted me now about it. We'll get a nice hotel room too, because I'm loud. I hope they don't complain, but I'm getting in. Okay. She sent me, and I was like, okay, that was that. Then I was watching Madea Gets a Job with my mom, and we didn't get a chance to talk, because I'm not going to have a serious conversation with you drunk, or you tipsy, or you drunk about 15 cases of cases of beers. I'm not going to have a conversation with that. I have to talk to my mother. When you're sober, when I'm sober, we have a conversation, right? Because there's a lot of things I wanted to ask my mother, but I will ask her. But that wasn't the right time. Right there, I was following the spirit. Just enjoy the vibe, because I didn't want to bring down the vibe. And another thing that happened. You know why sis so thirsty? Because let me write this down, because you asked a question. Because my thing, I like the Mac be on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why is she that way. I blame myself. You know what I'm saying? I blame myself. You know what I'm saying? Being on the phone middle of the night talking, asking her how's her day, interested in her life and all that. So I can understand. I can get it. Me sending pictures, which I shouldn't have sent a picture, and sending pictures and all that type of stuff. When you say send pictures, I'm going to send some pictures. Okay? I'm going to send some pictures. So I'm sending pictures and videos, and just, it is what it is. All right. And we're going to do it. It's going to be well worth it. Okay? And I get on the phone. I talk. We have a good time on the phone. I'm real, because I know how to talk to women. I'm majority with women all the time on the show, because I know how to talk to women. I know what women wants. I know what women likes and stuff like that. And I know it is what it is. Okay. No, I didn't. No, I know her. Like, this ain't okay. No, I didn't catfish her. We've been knowing each other for a long time. Y'all never met her, but I've been knowing her for a long time. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, I was able to have an amazing conversation with my grandmother. Y'all, that was like the highlight. So my mom was like, my grandma want to speak to you. We were talking. I was making my grandmother laugh. I told her, I remember me and my grandmother, I saw this commercial. They was like, you could get grants. Sign up for the grants to get grants to help you with homes and stuff like that. So, and they said, we link up at this hotel. So we went to this hotel at this nice ballroom. The guy was teaching us how to get grants. So we talked. My grandma actually, when she said, well, let's go. So we went there, and the man was like, we need $1,500 so you can sign up and we'll teach you this course. My grandma said, we might as well leave, because we ain't got no $1,500. And so we left. So even though my grandmother didn't remember, a lot of things she didn't remember. but I was making her laugh, bringing up stuff that she understand about church stuff. We just had a beautiful conversation, and she's getting therapy and getting better. And I really, that's like that was a highlight of my trip. Hearing my grandmother, I didn't get to see her, but I would love to. I can't wait till she get out of that place and be able to go back home. And I pray that they get everything together where she could be at home so she could be happy. I can tell that she's a little sad. I could hear it in her voice. When you work with elderly people, because you just know, you know what I'm saying? And I assisted, I know, and I heard in her voice. And I just can't wait to see her and just to give her a big hug and just, yeah, that was the highlight to talk, because I haven't talked to my grandmother. It's been a while, since I talked to her. Because the last time I talked to her, she was a walk-in and everything. And you all remember, because that was the last time that I talked to her. At first, I didn't know I was allowed to see her. Because, it's a lot of stuff, family drama, and the tension is still high in my family all along the law. But I love her, and I love my family, and it was an amazing conversation with her. And I asked her, and I'm not going to share everything she said, but we had a beautiful conversation. We had a beautiful conversation. It was us, and she was just laughing, because I know how to make my grandmother laugh, because I've been close with my grandmother. My grandmother helped raise me when I was a teenager all the way up to as an adult. And if it wasn't for my grandmother, I am the only sibling out of my mom's kids that graduated from high school. The rest of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't graduate from high school. None of them. So she was the reason why I graduated. She made sure that I got my diploma. And so I thank God for that. That was a blessing. Another thing, you know what? Her boyfriend said, I got her the flowers. So I'm like, okay, should I give her some more flowers? But I'm going to send her some. Because her boyfriend was like, I got her some flowers already. I'm like, dude, I'm asking her a question. I ain't talking about what you got her. I'm talking about, do she want me to get her some flowers? So I'm trying to ask her what she like, and he just interrupted the conversation. That's another conversation for another day. I'm trying to. How you ever just try to have a conversation with somebody and somebody interrupt the conversation? He does that a lot. Oh, I'm like, listen, I'm trying to have some son and mom time to talk to them. You see her all the time. I'm trying to talk to my mama. That's why I gotta get her down here so we can really talk. Cause he just interrupted. I was like, don't you gotta go to work? Oh man, I ain't got no job because I was late and they did something. I'm like, man, get somewhere and sit down. I'm listening all them just excuses. Anyway, that was that. I talked to my brothers, some in jail, but I talked to them. I'm like, hey, brother, and I didn't know you could call people from jail like that. They were just calling from jail. And they were just calling from jail. I'm like, I didn't know you could call from jail. Like, baby, they was ringing that phone like it was like they was calling like man, I never seen a phone ring like that. I'm like, that's them again? Because that first time it was good. Second time, the 20th time, I'm like, how many times are y'all calling? Y'all wasn't seeing mama when y'all was out. Call it every day. You need to let this person know this. Did you get this message to that person? All this. Oh, mama. Just, I'm like, what? You got to give people a break. If you in jail, it's unfair to your family members that they have to always answer the calls and pay for them calls. Them calls ain't free. They ain't free. They're not free. That costs money. I'm like, whoa. Like, give people a break. If you ain't see your mama and them before you got locked down, don't be calling in. Give people a break. Write a letter. I said, what happened to the letter? I said, they don't do letters. Hello? Hey, yeah. I don't know. I need to talk to mama. I'm like, yeah, you talk to her all day. I'm trying to talk to mama. How many times you going to be calling? Golly, I couldn't believe that. And it was exciting. It was good conversation. We had a good conversation, you know. We laughing and stuff like that. We laughing and joking and joking. We're laughing. And they got some. I didn't see their kids, because they got some kids. I didn't get to see my other two brothers. I got like. I got about 4 brothers. Is it 4 brothers or 5 brothers? I got about 4. No, I got 5 brothers on my mom's side. And all of them got kids. Only people that don't have kids is me and my sister. My sister, we don't. It's only my mom. 2 of her kids don't have kids. That's me and my other sister, right? But the rest of them, they all got kids. Okay, it's a lot of them. All right. Well, my cousin was locked up week. He would call every hour. His sister was like, "Dad, you ain't got nothing else to do." Yeah, they would call every hour. I'm telling y'all, they would call every hour. I could get a question in like, "Oh, ring, 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 ring. You got to collect call from such for inmate such. Please, this call be recorded. No solicitation and da 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 da." I'm like, golly. And I thought about giving them my number. I'm like, nah, player, y'all don't need my. I'll write a letter. Give me your info, and I'll write a letter. That's what I'll do. I'll write a good old letter. Dear such and such and such. How was your day? Here goes some pictures. You know what I'm saying? That about it. But ain't no you calling me no every hour. That ain't gonna happen. I said, don't give them my number. No, because at first I was happy. I'm like, yeah, y'all get my number. Y'all can be calling me. Nope. Because I'm not gonna be passing it to your baby mamas and baby mamas and all that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I'm nobody's messenger to see how was their day. Tell them to come up to send a sense. No, not me. I know I'm not gonna do it because I like to sleep. Because the other day we were supposed to go to Navy Pier. Okay, we were supposed to go to Navy Pier, and we were supposed to go to Navy Pier. And I overslept, baby. I slept. I didn't wake up until like 5 o'clock that day. I think Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. We were supposed to go to Navy Pier, and I overslept because I was tired. And yeah, lose a 3-way. I'm telling y'all, and use a 3-way. I'm telling y'all, that's what they was doing. They be pouring it in and stuff like that. I ain't got time to talk to that baby mama. Anyway, I overslept. And because I don't have kids, and I slept, they had woke me up, and they was like, Wiley, they was like, Marquise, are you getting up? If you getting up and going, I was like, going where? I'm like, I'm sleepy. So I'll be up in there sleeping. I'm telling y'all, be in there knocked out. Okay, woo. But the whole trip, you guys, to sum it up, it was great. Just good to be with family. I didn't get a chance to meet up with a lot of people, but it was good to just link up with people that I met. So we will open up the phone. The phone lines is open, people. So if y'all calling in, the number is 646-716-8447. That is the number if y'all gonna call in, and that is the number. Yeah, so it's no callers tonight. Don't, ask me what was up doing. I wasn't locked up, laughing. Okay, all right. Okay, hello. That because you out of jail too, like you the one who put the. They do. They do sometimes. My brothers and them, they was on their good behavior this weekend because I ain't gonna allow no cussing on you locked up. I would have put that phone down. Okay. The number is in the chat, 646-716-8447. Thank you. Please like the video. It is free to do and help us. So it is free. Thank you to all the people that liked the video. I want to give a special shout out to all the moderators in the house. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Each and every one of you all that came through and showed us love. I want to give a special shout out to all the moderators that came through and showed us love. Thank you so very much for all your love. I didn't really get a chance to meet some people in Chicago. I was supposed to meet, but the next time I come, I'm gonna try to fit it in and see some of the Shantae, because I know she lives in Chicago, to link up with her. Yeah, it was that trip was it was much needed for it. Okay, it was much, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I went. Oh, hold on, we got a phone call. 5840, calling you on air.
Hey, Wiley, I see no one was calling, so let me just call them real quick. So I want to touch on the Kwame Brown. I believe what he's doing is amazing because people are now are being alert on what's going on. So everyone is basically on the feed to get down to be on the same train. So Charlemagne is apologizing now because he knew he did something wrong. In the public, we, the people, are aware of this now coming from Mr. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So I just honestly think there's going to be more coming in the pipeline. That's what I'm getting from this.
But it got to be more than Jessica Reed, though, because I'm kind of tired of hearing about the Jessica Reed thing. Because you can't file no charges. It's you know what I mean? What's more? What's new is what I'm trying to say.
I can understand that as well, but like we mentioned in the last live, Calvin did say it was another lady, but we got to wait and see if she's going to come forward.
I mean, if it was another lady,
people need to come now.
They need to come now, like, or forever hold your peace.
I could agree, but but it's like you're not going to use all your seasoning right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because what seasoning? Because it's been years. Like, come on and speak.
No, but I'm trying to say you're not going to use all the seasoning on the chicken right now because you're going to have more chicken later on. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to save some of the season.
All right, you can say some of the season, but then it gets to the point like when you finally pull it out and don't nobody want the chicken because we all went to the restaurant, ate some pizza, we all went to the restaurant, ate some boneless buffalo wings. You get to the point like we don't even want the chicken, we ate something else. Like whoever's out there, speak so we can know what's going on.
I mean, I could agree, but I mean, everyone is eating off of the story.
Right, facts.
Mr. Brown is eating
because he's a celebrity and he worked in basketball. He was a basketball player. It got to be another victim, and they got to be credible. They just can't be no random person.
But he was on live today, and he was saying that he's not going outside for a couple of days because, people know people, and he's. I don't know if they threatening him or, I don't know. But even young Safaree was saying that some people will label you as crazy and then do stuff to you. And then they say, oh, it's suicide. Like, but.
We shall see. But
it's stuff that we don't know, basically. But
only thing is Charlamagne should have never apologized. That was stupid. Because you said what you said, move on to the next topic. Once he apologized, that made it grow in more legs. Like, now we need to get his response and all that.
But I think he had to apologize because Charlamagne don't own his own platform, just like Nick Cannon. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but you're right about that, but again, you said what you said. I wanna apologize. I just wouldn't have did. I'd be like, it's some other way. Could have made like a little Instagram, but saying it on the air, then you say, oh, I didn't know you like that, and you in Mush Corner and all that. Like, come on now. Whoever told him to apologize was stupid. That was dumb. I wouldn't have told him to apologize.
So can I ask your honest opinion? Do you see a lawsuit coming in between these two people? But I don't think with Mr. Brown, but I think his family for defamation. Like,
I mean, if they did that, you can't sue for the truth. If you did it, I know his brother some of his family is locked up. So West Charlemagne, he didn't lie. He just shared.
I mean, but you're coming from the B sector, so I know a lot of B sector people do doxing. So is
But they from the same neighborhood. That's not doxing. He from the same neighborhood. They in the same town, Musk Corner. Musk Corner is not a big big place.
But we the people did not know nothing about.
But I understand that, but that's not doxing. You just sharing stuff that you have heard in the neighborhood. That ain't doxing. Doxing would be if he was researching and all that. Post the man address.
Yeah, but to my understanding, Wiley, he did not say allegedly, and to
because
Mr.
in
Brown's
the neighborhood
case,
it happened. You don't have to.
Incorrect.
If they're in jail,
that he put out is incorrect.
So you said everything that he shares is so nobody in his family arrested for doing what they did?
I didn't say everything. I said Mr. Brown said some of the stuff is not true.
But what we should have told Mr. Brown? Which seasoning ain't right? Is it the black pepper? Is it the paprika? Is it the seasoning salt? Because if some of the stuff ain't real, tell me which seasoning ain't real.
So.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like, which ain't the truth? And he ain't gonna tell you that.
Yo, I'm done. I gotta get off the phone.
I mean, because the man doing all that talking, like, see, this the thing. It's not hard to verify what Charlamagne have said. And you know what? I'm going to have to verify. Let me verify and find out who all locked up for what they did. Is it the daddy? He did say the daddy and the brother. Did he say the daddy and the brother?
The daddy, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to verify
with the,
and see all that. It is what it is. And if that happened, it happened. Your family is going to be brought up. If I become major famous, if my brother get locked up for whatever, or my daddy get locked up, you think they're not going to use that? They're going to use it.
Yeah.
I feel
that.
But
I do want to.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to say, and he showed his son today, his 16-year-old son, but his son didn't know nothing about this stuff. So therefore, you bringing up stuff to his about his family that most of them didn't even know about.
His daddy, why he up there telling about what's mama cooking, why mama was cooking, he should have told his son that your daddy and brother or uncle was in jail. So it is what that's his fault. Tell your son the skeletons before it come out in the public.
Can I see you say mama's cooking one more time and use your hand?
I mean, mama cooking. What's mama cooking? Why mama cooking? Whether it's the scrambled eggs or the grits? Because I didn't know that was his man saying. Because he kept saying, "What's mama cooking?" I'm like, what is his mama cooking? I don't see no bacon. I don't see no eggs. I don't see no sausages. Because he kept saying, "What's mama cooking?" So I'm expecting to see a mukbang or something. I guess that's the man saying. But he should have told his son his skeletons. You got to tell him. I have a father out there, you guys.
But you know,
now he have to share.
To copyright his mama's cooking.
Yeah,
because,
he should.
You know, like how they did Kaya.
Oh yeah, he better copyright mama's cooking and stuff like that. And because I have a father out there that I just found out didn't know he exists. So now he's got to share and tell his family. I hope he tell his family, hey, I got a son out here. His name is Wiley. Don't let it come out there in the streets. If you know something, tell your family. I don't care how bad it is. Let them know. I'd rather find out. I want to find out before my own people before I find out in the street. I don't care how dirty it is or how nasty it is or how embarrassing it is. Let me know it. And that's on Mr. Brown's fault.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I'm not trying to speak ill will on Mr. Brown. He was a failed basketball player. He made his money, but he wasn't no Michael Jordan. He wasn't no LeBron James. That's a fact. Did I lie? He wasn't no Kobe Bryant. Y'all don't know that man basketball, right? Y'all is a fan of Mama's Cooking. That you don't see Mama's Cooking. You
don't
see the man.
Don't get me to lie. I did not hear about this guy until the Fiesta. I did not know nothing about.
You ain't know nothing about that man basketball. If you'd have seen him down the street, you ain't even know how he look. He look kind of homeless. Just about how he look. He don't look glamour up with no Gucci, no Chanel bags. He just get up there like he in the B sector. He's famous because he played basketball, so he got other people talking about with clout. They made this man into an overnight sensation. All the people in the basketball world, and
they're doing a good job, and I believe he will like dress the part. I think he's gonna get the proper equipment. He said something about a podcast, maybe. Like, it's gonna work. I mean, why not use this clout?
He better use it for the good and let it be better than his failed basketball career. This, even though even Joe Budden was a failed rapper, we didn't know him as a rapper. I didn't know that. I'm gonna speak for me. I didn't know Joe Budden as no rapper. I never heard none of his. If you say, Wiley, I got $52 million sprinkled in paprika. Name me one of Joe Budden records. I crack because I want to know it. And I can't Google it. I'm like, I'm going to have to take this all off. I don't know none of Joe Budden records. None of it.
Yeah, I could agree. I mean, I heard of him, but I don't listen to...
But I know of his podcast. Mic 1 check 1 2. What is this? Okay, I know that, but I don't know none of his records. So we'll see how Mr. Brown, how he's gonna do Mama's Cooking podcast, which he should do. You know, I'm glad that he's getting the
I hope he. But he's not like Jaguar right now, because he's making money on his platform, and I think today he acknowledged like. Someone spoke to him saying, "Don't like the Cash App. They get 30% YouTube." So I guess he was promoting his what is it called?
His Cash App or his membership?
No, his Super Chat. They were saying like tell people to send to your Cash App because Super Chat.
But people 30%. Gonna say if you get a lot of Cash App,
he's learning. Remember, he's new.
Yeah, he's learning, but they're gonna still give the Cash App. He need to get memberships and charge. See, this is what he should do, man. Should I tell him this? Do what Mr. I'm gonna tell him. Do what Mr. Everybody.
You could do your little public announcement to him
to memberships. And let the members only comment. That's what what's the dude name everybody was talking about, the one with the nice suit? Damn, I can't even think of the man's name. Kevin Samuels. You can't comment if you're regular. You gotta be a member. You gotta have that green symbol next to you. He should do that. And that's big money. Plus the super chats, man. You making a nasty coin. Because when you go to Kevin Samuels, you just can't comment up in there without being a member. You got to be a member in order to comment. Because on the chat box, if you don't believe me, watch when he go live. It say members only.
Okay. I kind of believe you. So Kwame needs to give a shout to the Wiley Show.
Right. All right. So we shall see how that's going to go.
And are you going to go on Station Head?
Yeah, I'm going to say share next. I'm going to take these last 3 callers.
Even for a little 20 minutes.
Okay.
Even for a little 20 minutes.
All right.
All
right. Let me get these callers. It's not anonymous. Let me do this. I'm sorry. Y'all heard feedback. I'm sorry. 3939.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
This is Passionate. I was just calling to disagree with you because you said that Charlamagne should not have apologized, but Charlamagne had to apologize because he had to get Kwame off his back. Kwame came with the heat. He was not expecting that. He was not prepared for that, and they ate him up. And so in order for him to get Kwame off his back, he had to apologize. Because then if Kwame keep dragging him after that, then he looks petty. People are like, okay, man, he apologized. What more do you want?
Kwame's still dragging him, though.
That's the only way.
He still was dragging him. He was like, we should boycott the Breakfast Club. He just did a video about him. Again.
Well, he wasn't. Was he still talking about his rapist past, though?
I don't know.
That's what he wanted him to shut up about.
I don't know if he was still talking about that, but people going to always talk. What it does, when he don't talk about everybody else talking about it, and that just pushed the narrative even more. And before you know it, you're going to be seeing, you're going to be seeing Jessica Reed on some major platform. Just watch. Jessica Reed will be on Hot 97. They will interview that girl. It's going to happen. They're going to be that
And
petty.
to me, I don't know what Jessica Reed's point is now because she had an opportunity for justice and she didn't take it. And so now she's coming back trying to get, I don't know what. The best thing she can do is get a lawyer and sue him and try to get some money because her opportunity for justice has passed. And that was their own fault for whatever reason. And so she's not going to get anything, more than that. So if that's what she wants, then go ahead and get a lawyer and sue him. But, Charlemagne is in his own way paying for what he's done because people never let him forget it. And so she's, of course, never going to forget it. But at some point, this happened like 20 years ago. At some point, when does it become his past? When does he get because I'm not a fan of Charlemagne. I don't like him. I call him Charlemagne the Godless. But, at what point do we make room for people to grow and change? Because at one point, and I recall this from my own youth, guys used to buy Spanish fly, and they used to put it in people's drink. They used to talk about it openly, doing it. It was something that they did. You know, because Bill Cosby, remember, he was on Larry King Live talking about getting Spanish fly out in the open because it was normal. Well, not normal, but it was done a lot. They did it a lot. That's what they did back then. So, at what point do you say, okay, that's what we used to do back then? Like, you know, they don't gay bash no more. But I said gay slurs in the past. I don't do it now because they came out and said, hey, don't do us like that. I mean, and I said, okay, so now you're going to pin me up because I used to make gay slurs in the past. So my thing is, at what point does it become their past? At what point do we allow him to say, okay, he's evolved, he's done better? He's talked about going to counseling on the show and seeing a psychiatrist and all kind of things. So at what point does he get to say, that was 20 years ago, that was in my past, I'm not that same person? So that was just a question that I had.
Can I answer that? It's because it will never be a person past when it comes to social media. They're going to always drive that narrative. I thank God they're not God, you know what I'm saying? Because God believing you repent, he will forgive you for your sins. But when it deal with humans and this social media age, they ain't gonna let you lay that down. The library situation happened 2-3 years ago, and they still come up to, you destroyed that library. Why you have a YouTube channel? Your job should fire you, you know? And that happened, 3 years ago? I paid off the debt and everything is good, but they gonna still bring it up. And so Charlamagne ain't gonna be exempt because he's more major. He's more popular. He's more opinionated. So you're gonna always find people to try to take him down. It's gonna always happen.
Right.
It's sad.
Now he did deserve that dragging because he was in that man's business and he had no business in his family.
Right. But
like
my thing is this: it's good entertainment. I guarantee the Breakfast Club ratings are through the roof now. Everybody wins from this situation. Mr. Brown ratings is through the roof.
Even the two guys Charlamagne was trying to defend, I know they ratings through the roof.
You see what I'm saying? Like all the ratings is through the roof, so it's good business. Him apologize made it just go up even higher. Now everybody getting a YouTube channel, making content. Everybody was talking about Kevin Samuels. They done moved on to talk. What's the man name? Conway Brown. How you pronounce the man name?
Yeah, Kwame.
Conway Brown. Now everybody talking about Mr. Brown. But if you really research it, the man is a conservative. He loved Donald Trump. So go ahead and support him. So is y'all gonna cancel him that he liked Donald Trump? But that was before he got popular. Okay. All right. Because you like Mama's cooking. Did he evolve from his views that say he liked Donald Trump? He support Donald Trump because he's conservative. But all these black folks, listen, people go ahead on somewhere. We are just be honest. You're entertained by this. You're entertained by Charlamagne.
Right.
You're entertained by Mr. Brown. Would Charlamagne be counseled for what? If they cancel his job today, he could just start his own podcast and YouTube channel and still make his money because he still got his name.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't think he will be canceled, and honestly, I don't think he should be because based off the fact that it was 20 years ago. So I don't think he should be canceled. Now, I believe he should take what he's getting because he started this, but I don't think he should be canceled.
Thank you, Deborah.
When I think about what I was doing 20 years ago, you'd be wondering about me too.
Can I say this? Mr. Brown, according to Deborah in here, has had 1,000 subscribers a week ago. Now he have over 200K. I keep trying to tell people, if you have a hot moment, you could be an overnight sensation. It happens that way. Is it unfair to the people that's been working hard and still can't crack 100,000? No, that's just how business operate. You just gotta tap on somebody that's gonna respond to you. That's a strategy. Antagonize and tap on somebody. And Charlamagne took the bait and he respond and did what he did. And now this man is an overnight sensation. Ain't nobody even talking about Kevin Samuels. They move on to Kwame, whatever the man's name is. Mr. Brown, Mama's Cooking. They moved on to Mama's Cooking.
And all the guys dragging him, their ratings going up too.
Absolutely.
Ebro and all them, all their ratings going up.
Everybody ratings going up.
Okay. All right then, Wiley. I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you. Thank you. Peace.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Okay, so before I get into the whole Kwame thing, I just want to go back to the whole Erica Banks thing. I agree with you with the way she handled the interview with Charlamagne. I think that she handled that inappropriately because, as you stated, she's connected to 1501. There is this whole thing with her and Megan Thee Stallion, that people were going to continuously try to pit them against each other. And, you know, she's going to be asked that. And as her, you know, her stardom is rising, she has to expect that. And if she comes across as arrogant or standoffish, then people are not going to open these platforms to her, and she won't get her name buzzing the way that she wants to get it buzzing. So I agree with you. Only thing she had to do is say, listen, I have no beef with her. You know, it is what it is, you know, but the way she said it, it came off a little snobbish. So I agree with you on that. The George Floyd bill that you were talking about that had not been passed. My question is why? How come an Asian bill gets passed that came out this year already and already has passed because of these so-called Asian hate crimes? But George Floyd, that was murdered down in the street, just as well as, you know, hundreds of other black people that have been, you know, killed by the police. George Floyd's bill is put on a back burner, but, you know, they were such in a rush and Biden was such in a hurry to sign this whole Asian bill. I think that this Asian bill is nothing more than another crime bill, because this hate crime bill is just going to target black people. It's going to come to a point where you can't speak about Asian, Chinese people. You can't say anything. If y'all get into an altercation, they're going to charge you with a hate crime just because, you know, of, you know, their nationality, of who they are versus who you are, especially if your skin is black. So I'm kind of lost with that. Like, can you help me out with that? Like, how is it, you know, Asians, people that is not from here versus black people that was born here, enslaved here, help build this country?
Because Asian countries, you got to understand, is more organized than Africa. Africa don't use this power like that. They're not united. You understand what I'm saying? So of course you would pass something this bill for Asian people, because look at the Asian countries that will call and pressure the Joe Biden administration as well as Congress to pass this stuff, because they use their political power. Black people,
So
African people,
that,
we
right?
need to use our power. We need to start working with Africa, and Africa need to start working with African Americans in America, and we all need to use our power and to pressure our government, the United States, to do a better job for black people. Again, I think that it's really sad that George Floyd, that the bill have not passed. It's pathetic. It's sad. Democrats are just weak when it comes to getting things passed for black people. But everybody else can get something passed. So that's just something that black people need to realize. Like, are we willing to take another chance with Democrats if they're not willing to pass George Floyd or the Voters' Right Act of John Lewis Voters' Right Act? Are we going to give them another chance to lie to us? Or are we going to really pressure them and use our power to the same way the Asian people use their power? Are we going to do that? So I just think that we need to continue really, really use our power to really pressure them to do what they got to do. And shout out to Al Sharpton, because he told Joe Biden, he said, listen, that bill need to have teeth in it. Don't just pass something that ain't got no teeth in it, you know. So I just think some of them Democrats is in bed with those police unions, and they don't want to piss off them police unions. So this is something totally different than Asian.
And I agree with that. It's the same thing with the bill for Black Americans. You know, they still haven't even talked about that, to even put something on the books to even try and pass that. Now, my whole thing with this whole Asian bill that was passed, right? Remember when COVID was at its high point, and then they started saying that, you know, black people are the main carriers of COVID. Remember how China did black people, where they were turning around pregnant people, they were kicking them out of their hotels or their rooms or their houses, how China treated Black Americans or even white Americans, people that was not Asian or of Chinese descent. You understand? So how is it that they can treat our people any type of way? Because remember when Africa had held up Chinese people and said, no, you send our people back and then we're going to send your people back, because Africa stood up for the Africans that was in China that said that you're not going to mistreat, because they were mistreating a lot of Africans also. How do we pass a bill about a hate crime when our people, that it's American people that was in China, was treated like crap, kicked out on the street, made to be like they was nothing. They was denied everything. They couldn't get health care. They couldn't get nothing in the midst and in the high points of COVID. This is very, very problematic, and this is something that we all have to look at. And like you said, is the Democrats really for Black people? Because it does not look like it, because no matter how many Democrats have been put in office, what has really been on the books or what has changed about Black people? And with Biden being there, and his whole agenda was, if you don't vote for me, you ain't Black, and this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. How do the Asian people get a bill passed before Blacks that have been gunned down in the street, that have been racially profiled by Asians as well as white people, that have been made or diminished or made to feel like they're garbage, and we're disposable? You understand? But we're the ones that's fighting to put these people in office. So it's like a huge slap in the face, you know, especially for all those people that stood out there and voted to put these people in office that hasn't done anything for Black people. Anything. So I have a real issue with that, because we're praising the Asians, we're giving them so much, but look at how they did our people in China. We don't even know how our people are still currently being done. And at least Africa stood up. You understand? But yeah, that's my thing on that. I'm not sure if you have anything else to say about that.
No, I agree. You're speaking, like I said, you're speaking truth, and that is something where the rest of the people have to speak up, and to really. This is why it's so important for us to research before we vote, and get people that really just show, like, okay, I'm willing to make this change for Black people, and I'm really here for y'all, instead of just lip service. You know, let me see by your actions. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see how it's gonna go. But yeah, anything else you want to share?
Sure. Okay. So on the Sabrina and T.I, Sabrina is making a plumb fool of herself. She looks like a crazy person. Everything that they said about her, she is making it to be well known. You decided to out T.I on a public platform and said that he held a gun to your head up 10 years prior, and then you started taking in all of these alleged victims and putting their stories to the forefront. Now you're doubling back and saying, if you come public and give me an apology for holding a gun to my head within the next 7 days, I'm going to give up on this lawsuit, and I'm going to, you know, let bygones be bygones. Like, are you serious? Like, are you mentally disturbed or something? If I was T.I, I would pay her dust, because first and foremost, if he even comes and says that he did it, he's admitting that he's guilty. Secondly, she's the reason why they have gotten dropped by VH1, and that all of these women have allegations against them. And they're still going to have to fight those women. So she something is wrong with her, seriously. The last thing is the Kwame Brown situation. Wiley, you better slow down on Mama's cooking, okay? Because the joking side of Wiley, I get it, but the intellectual side of Wiley, if you go and you listen to his videos outside of the roast, he is a very well-versed, knowledgeable person. And when he's talking, he makes a lot of sense on an intellectual side. I really think that you would like the intellect side. You have an issue with the roast and the gag side, but the intellect side, I think you would really enjoy the intellect side, because he makes a lot of sense.
For me,
and I don't
listen,
want
I'm not
to
going to say I
Wiley.
don't. Listen, he can come for me all the day. Yeah, come for me. That's how you get clicks and views. Anyway, and bring.
I see somebody mention your name, telling him that he needs to interview with you.
Yeah,
so you don't know.
We should have a conversation, but when it comes to Charlamagne the guy, I like the man. I don't have a problem with him. I think he's an amazing writer. I read his books. He's a great guy. He offered jobs to black people. So, I mean, he got his own network. He got his own publishing house. You know what I'm saying? Have he said some problematic things in the past? Oh, absolutely. But how long are we going to keep holding people up to their past? That's what I have a problem with some black people. So and my thing is this. If you black and you a Democrat, do you know that Mr. Brown is a conservative? I heard, allegedly, that he liked the Trump. So, and you say you don't like Trump. I'm talking about the black people that say they don't like Trump.
I didn't say I didn't.
So which one is it? Are you going to support this man that said, hey, I like President Trump because he's speaking truth to power, or you just entertain? And that's why I don't get caught up with people, because they so fickle. They follow, you know.
See, here's the thing, right? Whoever he likes, whether I like Donald Trump or President Biden, right? Regardless of who he likes, regardless of whoever he voted for whoever, because, you know, whatever, you know, they were saying agreed with his spirit and his thoughts. It may not all 100%. He may have not 100% agreed with everything, but there were certain things that lined up. Same thing for people that voted Democrat. There were certain things that lined up. For the most part, a lot of people voted Democrat in this election because they wanted to get Trump out of there. However, Democrats is currently running the office, and they're not doing anything for those people that put them in office. You understand? So it's like a double-edged sword. So should people be looking at everybody that voted Democrat and nothing is coming out of the Democratic Party as it correlates to black people sideways?
Oh, I hear you.
I don't think so.
I hear you on that, but I was just bringing that point up.
So.
That, you know, even with Tommy, and you know how problematic Tommy is. So it is what it is.
Well, so now let's get into the whole Charlamagne thing, right? When you're talking about the whole Jessica Reed thing, right? There's other problematic things that Charlamagne has said. Charlamagne has even admitted to putting Spanish fly in someone's drink. Charlamagne has also admitted to, you know, raping or R-ing his wife when she was 16 or 17 before she was his wife, because they're about 4 or 5 years apart. You understand? So there was a lot of other problematic things that Charlamagne has stated. So it's like as if it's a pattern that is being brought forth. Now, I'm glad that he brought up the Jessica Reed thing, because now Jessica Reed's story gets to come back out. She gets another opportunity to push her story to the forefront so that people can hear it. When it first came out, people didn't hear it. People did not, they didn't post her on blogs like that. She did not get media attention. Just like you said, Lovely T said she went to Black Lives Matter or Me Too, and they said no, because Charlamagne is protected by the gatekeepers. The same Charlamagne that was on Surviving R. Kelly, trying to, you know, down R. Kelly, is the same Charlamagne that is
her out on it, and the producer had to apologize for allowing him on the documentary because of his past.
Exactly. Now, R. Kelly is not accused of rape, but Charlamagne was. He should have never been on a Surviving R. Kelly trying to talk about survivors when he has crimes against him, and he's been on a public platform and talk about how he drugged people, how he raped not only his wife, but other women, you know, by putting Spanish fly into women's drink. You understand? So a lot of things that Charlamagne has said, he has done a lot of problematic things. So the thing is like what Jessica Reed said. How do you feel waking up every day and hearing your rapist on the radio? You understand? She did not want to press charges. That was her mother. She was 15 years old. Mm-hmm. She did not have a choice. So for people to say, oh, that was so long ago, but I bet those same people downed R. Kelly. And mind you, Chicago, you understand? Chicago, they dropped statute of limitation. There's charges in R. Kelly case that goes back to the 90s. So are you telling me that something that happened in the early 2000s or 17 years ago, Charlamagne can't be charged or found, or even the case can't come up, but, you know, R. Kelly stuff is going back to the 90s, Bill Cosby stuff went back how many years? What makes Charlamagne exempt? The same person that sits on his platform and talks about both of those men as well as other men. Charlamagne is not exempt. You understand? So Charlamagne sits on his platform and he talks about other people. He degrades black people. He had no business exposing the world to Kwame Brown's family history. The world did not know that. He knew that because he lived in Carolina. So the people that lived in the area, lived in the vicinity, people that followed Kwame Brown's career from start to finish, they would know that. But he put that on a public platform and he spoke about it. So now it's nationally known, all of these things about Kwame Brown that nobody knew. Kwame Brown is not a Nicki Minaj where she stays in the news. He doesn't stay in the news. You understand? So he now has driven attention to Kwame Brown. So Kwame is not wrong for slapping him back in the face with his allegations and saying cancel Charlemagne, that he needs to be off the Breakfast Club. He needs all of this type of stuff that needs to happen to them, because how can you be advocating for women but you're accused of the same crimes and you want to dismiss the person that's making allegations against you?
I don't want people to be canceled just because you are accused, because that's dangerous. Because that means anybody can say something about anybody tomorrow and can be canceled. It should be, let it be an investigation. Let it be evidence. Let an investigation play out before we cancel people. Because look at Brian Banks. A black woman lied on that man. It didn't happen. Lied on him. And the mother sued the school district, and they got millions. His life was changed after that. So if we go by, if you accused, be canceled, that means anybody tomorrow could just be accused, so they can be canceled with no evidence. That means somebody can say something about President Obama tomorrow. That means he gonna be canceled with no evidence, right? No evidence, just accused. That's dangerous.
Okay, so
that's dangerous.
Guess what you're saying? What you're saying is absolutely correct, right? It is dangerous. Guess what the world did? The world canceled R. Kelly based on allegations from surviving R. Kelly. Not, he was charged, okay, and the feds came and got him and handcuffed him before surviving R. Kelly came out.
Well, he canceled at my home. We played him all in Chicago.
Based on, okay, I get what you're saying, but they took him down from Spotify. They took him down from Apple Music. They had canceled R. Kelly. The Me Too people was protesting in front of Sony to get him dropped from Sony, and all of this. This was before charges was ever filed against him, before he was ever indicted. A documentary for surviving R. Kelly should have never came out before charges was ever filed. He hasn't even been found guilty in the court of law. He hasn't even admitted. Charlamagne admitted, okay, because he took a plea. He admitted that something happened in that room with Jessica Reed, and he's still on the air. R. Kelly has been sitting in jail for 2 years because he refused to admit, to take a plea, or to do anything because he feels like as if he's innocent. Now, where have you ever seen a documentary come out on anyone before charges is filed? Because you still got Elvis Presley stuff that's still going on. What about Harvey Weinstein? What about Willie Allen? What about all of these other people? What about the girl that was in the news with Chrissy Teigen, that Chrissy Teigen had picked on her back in 2011 when she married a 50-year-old man, and whatever the case, and Chrissy Teigen stuff done got dropped. You got all of this stuff going on, right?
Okay.
But they don't cancel none of these people, but they canceled R. Kelly. They tried to cancel Tory Lanez based on allegations. VH1 dropped T.I. based on allegations. So why is Charlamagne still on the Breakfast Club?
Well, again, I don't know, because I'm not in that power. Whoever got him in his pocket, hey, it's some powerful people. Okay. All right. Thank you, caller. All right. I'm going to go to these next two callers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, she's right. Why is Charlamagne canceled? I can't answer that. I don't know. You call them and ask them. 3286 caller, you're on air. 3286, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I'm glad I caught a live podcast. I've been listening to the conversation that you and the other callers before me had, and I don't even know what to talk about no more. Y'all conversation was so good.
Okay.
I'm just so glad that I caught you live so I could call in and offer something to the conversation. But like I said, I don't want to go back to a previous, dang, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to go back to a previous
topic.
Conversation because what y'all had was so interesting. But hey everybody, how you doing?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Hey. All right.
Okay.
Bye. It was very interesting. It was a good topic. Anonymous, you live on air. All right. I get to take it all. Thank you all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. This was actually lit. I want to say. Is that Sabrina? Did she DM me? Hold up. Oh no, that ain't Sabrina. That's my cousin. That ain't my Sabrina. Okay. I was about to say she was about to. Ooh-wee. Sabrina just proving the point. She was right about that. All right. Thank you all so very much. We're gonna go live over there on Station Head. We're going live over there on Station Head. Thank you so very much for y'all calling in today. I'm just going to go live on station because I haven't done it in a long time. It's been a while since I've been on station. Oh, wow. Is this the... And make sure y'all send us some diamonds over there on station here. Oh, wow. Wow. This is nice. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking at... this new station head update. This is really nice. Hold on, you guys. All right, let me drop this in the link. Oh, we got 1.1K followers in station head. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna drop the link in here so y'all can get to it. Thank you all so very much. We're going to go live on station for a few minutes. Wiley be scared when anonymous calling. He be trying to see if they be trolling. Yeah, because they be trolling. Okay. We didn't get any trolls tonight. Thank you. That was good. Everybody called in because they want to speak on it. 7736, you live on air. 7736.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody?
Good.
Hi. I just want to say, you know you wrong, Wiley.
Okay.
You know you are so wrong. You don't have to agree with everybody now.
What do you mean, agree with everybody? I don't agree with everybody.
I mean, like, no. Okay. Before I get to your topics, no, because I was commenting in the chat.
Okay.
And it's like... No, you cannot tell somebody when to come out and speak their truth or their trauma and stuff
I just
like that.
did. We're not going to wait 30 years.
That was wrong.
It may be wrong to you. It's right to me. I just gave my opinion. Like, don't be waiting forever. Like, say something.
I understand that, but everybody is different. It doesn't matter what it is.
Say something or forever hold your peace.
I can understand that everybody has their opinion, but like I said, that is really wrong. Like, you don't tell people that are suffering through trauma, oh, well, you got to say something right now. Like, seriously?
I just said don't wait forever. Okay, let me say this. Don't wait forever. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want Charlamagne to be canceled, and if it's another quote-unquote victim, shouldn't you be saying something? Or
Listen, I cannot speak for anybody else. What I'm saying is, if he has other victims out there, then let them come out. Cool. I'm not on his side. I don't like him. I never liked him. But that's just me. But my thing is, my issue was just with what you said and that caller had said about, like, well, come out now or whatever. Like, no. Like, some people, they go their whole lives and they hold it inside. And either way, I mean, listening to something like that, you don't think that'll add to the trauma?
Well, again, listen, I'm not adding to no trauma. I'm a commentator, Again, I give my opinion like everybody else get their opinion.
I know who you are.
We're not going to wait forever. What
I'm
saying is that if you have been victimized by Charlemagne the God, if somebody is out there that you know, but they ain't talking, when they gonna talk? I'm just saying when.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
if you want this person to be brought up behind bars, you should speak up. You should speak up. I believe you should speak up. You should not wait forever. You should speak up. You should speak up. You should speak up. That is where I stand on, and I'm not changing on that.
Yeah, and I get it. I didn't ask you to change because I understand that, but what I'm telling you is be conscious of your viewers and everything like that.
Again, I'm very conscious of my viewers, but if somebody is still breathing, that is free. Hold up, let me get my point. Let me finish what I'm saying. If somebody victimized you, hold on. If somebody have been victimized, if Charlamagne the guy is a radio show host, he is free. And if you have the power to get them arrested, you should speak up. That means you are complicit into the predator. Because if you're not going to speak up, that person can still prey on the next person. You should speak up for your sister, for your brother, for the next person. You should speak up.
Okay, you know what? I understand what you're saying. That happened to a child, though.
You should speak up. She's an adult now.
Hello?
She's an adult.
That happened to a child.
She's an adult now.
She was a child when it happened, and I was an even younger child when it happened to me. They didn't call the police, and they told me not to even tell my siblings. I couldn't share that with anyone, and I was 10 years old.
And for me, ma'am,
because they didn't want that person to get killed or go to jail.
See, for me, it was the bad parenting. It was bad parenting. Bad parenting.
Tell people that you can't do that.
It's bad parenting. And let me tell you something, sister. I'm just talking about Jessica Reed's parents failed her. I'm talking about. I'm not telling her it's her fault. I'm not saying it's her fault. I said her mother had failed her. Her mother failed her daughter.
I didn't even talk about that. I didn't even mention that because you said that
her mother failed her.
But I did not mention you saying her mother failed her. I was just specifically talking about tonight when that caller.
That's
called,
what I'm speaking on.
I believe it was. But you said that on the live the other night about the mother filter, like, where was her mom? And I kept typing in chat, like, yeah, and where was her father? I get it. I understand that. But also, we also have to understand, since you brought that up, that the parents aren't always there. That doesn't mean the child is going to listen because they sneak out the house. Because I'd be lying if I said I never snuck out of my house. Because I did. Now, I may not have been that young at the end of the day. I may not have been around grown people, but I have snuck out of my house before. So all I was talking about that day when you brought it up was the fact that, okay, well, what about her father? Why are you only bringing up where was the mother? And I hate to hear that. Like, everybody's like, where is mother? No, where are the parents? Where are the guardians? You know what I mean? Since everybody wants to be politically correct.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, sister, and I do feel sorry for what
you know what I mean?
What happened to you is really sad because something happened to my sister is really, really sad. And she went and told my grandmother. My grandmother had failed her, and I told my grandmother, I said, you failed her. How are you supposed to be a church woman and somebody tell they've been victimized and you blame the victim? So again, what I'm saying in this situation, when it comes to Jessica Reed, I'm gonna speak on this. Her mother had failed her. Her father had failed her. They have failed her, and they should have seen them charges through. And if anybody else have been victimized by Charlemagne, you have failed Jessica Reed as well. Because if you're silent, that means Charlemagne can still walk around here. He's walking around here free. I mean, what I'm saying is that's just how I feel, and I'm just not gonna change right now. Maybe next year.
I'm not saying that you need to change it. I'm just asking you, even if you feel that way, have some compassion. Have some empathy for the people that are actually out here. Because like I said, it was just tonight. Listen, I follow you. I've been watching you. I've been calling in. Listen, all of that stuff aside, the thing is, it's not right. Whether you like it or not, the thing is what it is. The same way you're sitting up here and you're saying different things about whether you believe this happened or that happened with other people and all of that stuff, your opinion or whatever, that's fine. But when it comes to the facts of the matter, the facts are you can just look up the statistics. You know what I mean? Some people are just not ready to, speak on it.
And for those that do speak on it, the parents need to see the charges through.
But don't please, my only thing is, like I said, is like please try to have some compassion. Like, you can't rush somebody to just come out and say this and say that, and then you wonder why. Like you said, you've been saying it the whole stream. Once somebody says this or does this, like when you were just talking about the cease and desist and all of that, right? Oh, the first thing they're going to do, the bloggers, they're going to go right and make some more videos. You hear what I'm saying? Make some more money. Talking about, this person, this and that. A lot of people, they don't want the attention. They don't want all of that. Yes, they may want to tell somebody. You get what I'm saying? And then not only that, half of those people do tell someone. They tell someone right away even, and nothing happens. So it's hard for people. Just try to understand that is all I'm asking.
Okay, and I understand that. And one thing I can say is when it's dealing with this Charlamagne the God, if you do not speak, you will continue to have people like to walk around free. It is what it is.
Yeah, I get it.
In order for a person to have justice, in order for a person to have justice, in order for a person to be in jail, you have to speak. You just cannot be silent if you want the person off the street.
And I get it. I understand that. But it was just, I guess, the way you said it all. At the end of the day, some people could say it, and guess what? Nothing will happen. Because they're already thinking that because nothing happened when they told somebody the first time, or because it's been even decades since something may have occurred.
I understand, and I get it. It's plenty people that have been touched, that have been violated,
like,
that
why
do
would
not,
I even say
that
something
do not
because
speak.
Nothing's gonna
Some
happen.
Historically,
I don't want the attention.
Okay, I understand that. And what I'm saying is,
everybody's not thinking like, oh, well, I need clout. Why do you need clout over being molested or raped or drugged
but what I'm
nobody
saying is,
that.
Okay, nobody is, and I get it that you didn't understand, you didn't like the way how I said it, and I get that. Do you believe Charlamagne the God innocent or guilty? Do you believe he's innocent or guilty?
Do I believe he's innocent? Okay, like you, that's why I was typing in the chat earlier. I watched Lovely T live earlier. Okay, when did she start it? Like 4:15 or something today? I've watched it, and she showed all of the clips, and he told that story so many different ways. He didn't just say it one way. He told the Jessica Reed story different ways on different platforms. So you tell me if you still don't believe he did it. That's fine if you don't. That is absolutely fine if you don't. But if somebody is making up all of these different lies, yeah, I believe he did it. I absolutely do believe he did it. I believe he's done it before I seen that live today years ago when I first heard about it. But that's neither here nor there because he was already talking about it. You get what I'm saying? Way before people went in and started talking about it just a few years ago, he was talking about it on the radio before that. So, yes, I do believe he did it. He admitted to doing it and whatever ways he, want to manipulate it and change his stories each time. Absolutely. But, there's nothing I can do about that. You know what I mean? My thing is, it's like every situation is isolated, so, hey, and then there is records that he pled to a charge. It may not have been the first charge, but he pled to a lesser charge. So, hello, I'm just saying.
Thank you so much for calling.
Stuff speak for itself,
Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I didn't really want to talk about that the whole time. I wanted to talk about the other topics, but okay, I'm getting a boot.
Okay,
all
what
right.
other topic do you want to talk about? Go ahead.
The situation with the girl with T.I.
Oh, you talking about
What's
Sabrina?
Her name?
Sabrina?
Yes. Okay. Her and them. I really feel for. I really feel for them. I really do. I just think it's really, really weird. Because I also believe that's true. I also do believe that he did do what she's claiming he did.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I'm listening.
No, because I heard that noise. I thought I'm sorry. No, but I also do believe that she did that, and that's another thing. Wilson, somebody was calling her like, oh, maybe she's crazy or whatever. I'm like, people suffer from PTSD. It doesn't matter what the situation is, and because that's what actually brought me up to that point. I'm like, well, you can't give people a time limit, on or how it affects them. Everybody deals with their trauma in their own way.
Everybody keeps sending me audios of Charlamagne of using Spanish fly. I understand that. I get that. Give me an audio, because y'all making it seem that it's an audio clip of him actually violating Jessica Reed, forcing himself on her. Now, if you had an audio on that, baby, that's a silver bullet right there. But this whole Spanish fly, it's people that have joked about that. He's not the only one that have joked about that. He have not the only one. And I'm not defending Charlamagne. He should have never joked about that. He should have never brought it up, because people are not going to understand that. Bill Cosby, I think he did it the same thing. But it was a black woman. Talking about somebody, it was a black attorney that was defending Bill Cosby. And she was just up there with the family of George Floyd. What was her name? What was that attorney name that was defending Bill Cosby? A black woman. She wasn't a black. That wasn't Wiley defending Bill Cosby. That went on CNN all across the nation. What is her name? Because she was just over there. She was on Rolling Martin with the George Floyd family. She was a black woman that was defending Bill Cosby and said it was the culture back in the day with the drugs and with the Quaaludes and etc. It was a black woman that was doing the defending. So it is what it is. Listen, you guys, go ahead with your other point.
That's another thing. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to change it back to that, since that's what you're talking about. Hello?
Yeah, uh-huh.
No, I'm going to change it back to that, since that's what you're talking about. Culture or no culture, that's another thing. That's the problem, too, because so mind you, he's openly spoken about it on different occasions, meaning he obviously, that wasn't the only person he's actually done it to. That's all I'm saying. Right? She couldn't have been the only one, regardless of what. Oh. He admitted to that. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Right. But that's another thing too, because okay, again, to just go back for a second. When I mentioned what happened to me at 10, and I was told not to tell anybody, no family members, especially not my siblings, and all of that other stuff, or whatever the case may be. They said, oh, well, it wouldn't have happened if he was on his meds. Now, imagine hearing that as a 10-year-old. So that's the only reason why he did it. Like, oh, my gosh, he's been around you so many times. Oh, it's just this one night he didn't take his medication, so that's why he did it? I'm just telling you. I mean, and a lot of these people, when they're coming out, they're not even telling everything that actually happened and all the other stuff. You know, they just want to get it out there that this happened because they're still feeling it. And I can totally understand. And you know what? Thanks and have a great night.
All right.
I didn't plan to tell all that, but yeah.
Thank
all
you
right.
so much
for
calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, Lord Jesus, they are long-winded today. Good God Almighty. I'm here for it that y'all are calling in, but we're going to have to put a limit to these callers. We got 3 more callers, and then we'll do the after show on Station Head. Moderators, drop the Station Head link. Okay? All right? So we got 3. 5547, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
Hey.
I think what matters is what the intentions are. I don't even want to talk about this that long, but I feel like what are your intentions when you come to the internet with, these accusations? Like, it don't matter how long it's been. You got to understand if you take too long to say something, as far as what the law can do, it's going to be hard for them to prosecute if you wait too long. And then what the law needs to do something. Like, what are you telling us for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your intentions after telling the public, after this person that built the whole career? Are you trying to mess up what they did? Are you trying to get some attention or some clout? It just don't make no sense for you to come to the internet with accusations. To me,
I feel the same way, caller, but I don't want to get dragged. But you're a black woman, so maybe you won't get as dragged as me. I say go to the police. So this is a black woman. So obviously Wiley is not the only one that think like this. And y'all not gonna make me feel guilty. If something happened, go to the authorities. Before you go, I've seen people go online. I've seen people do Instagram posts. I'm like, that. If you want some serious justice, you have to go to the authorities. Instagram, they gonna get a click and a view and move on.
What really triggered people was the idea that you saying they took too long. Did you mention that people take it too long to say what they want to say?
Well, for me, listen. Okay. Listen, whatever time, let me say this. Let me reword what I say. Whatever time you feel comfortable, do what's best for you.
Right.
Do what's best. Just do what's best. Do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Because with this subject, you got the conservatives that believe that we should not just believe all women. That's dangerous. Then you got some of the liberals that say believe all women. So it's whomever. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you have to do. What I will say is, for Charlamagne, they trying to make him get canceled. Unfortunately, that will just not happen. Because this came up before. This ain't the first time this came up about Charlamagne the God.
See, the only other reason to bring something up years later, decades later, maybe if you feel like, okay, I feel like I need to protect certain people, so I need to let other people know, like, hey, this person is coming around, this happened to me back in the day, don't be alone with them, don't leave your children alone with this person, because this happened to me 20 years ago. Okay, tell the people who it's pertinent to, who it pertains to. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of no legitimate reason why you need to come to the internet with accusations. Tell the authorities or tell who it pertains to. It ain't no reason for you to just tell everybody. Now, I want to talk about T.I. The damage is done for T.I. and Tiny, whether they did it or not. Which I feel like there was some. When you doing something that much, it's not possible. Like it's almost not possible that something didn't go wrong once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Like the probability and the ratios. It's not possible that something didn't go wrong once or twice when they doing that type of stuff, giving people drugs intentionally or unintentionally or whatever.
Now, if it's found out that they didn't do it, it's sad because like you said, ma'am, the damage is already done. Because it's not going to get the same media attention if they're innocent. It's not going to. It ain't going to get the same clout if they're innocent because their name has been severely damaged. Their reputation.
Right. Now, like I said, I gotta say, when you're doing something so many times, something's gonna go wrong once or twice. But the damage done and shit. Now with Safaree and Erica, Safaree is selfish. She's self-centered. When they was on the little couple thing on Love VH1, and Safaree was dressed up, and Erica's hair wasn't even done, and I'm like, dang, you couldn't hold the baby so she can get in the shower and put an outfit on, or what was going on over there? But Princess wasn't really dressed up like that either when I thought about it, but still. And then it's kind of like they too broke. Like they first was the same kind of people that nobody wanted them, but they was trying to be in a relationship with somebody, but nobody wanted them, and they hooked up with each other. Okay, and then they broke. It's not going to work, and y'all trying to live this type of certain kind of lifestyle, and y'all need to have the money for that. Y'all making pornos. How is a married couple going to be making pornos together on OnlyFans? Like, and what people don't realize is, you know what I'm saying, the game is to be told and not sold and not told, but I'll put y'all up on some free game. Niggas don't want no broke bitch either. Men don't want no broke ass woman either.
Right.
Like,
facts.
It's like women sit around like, I don't want no broke ass thing. I don't want no broke woman that feel like he got to pay for everything.
Right.
Not if it's a certain kind of man that got options to get somebody different. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who feel like he ain't got no options or he feel like he in love and you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's one thing. But people,
women got to remember that when you're trying so hard and you know a man loves you and you know you love him, you ain't realizing where y'all going wrong. You might be broke, sis.
Right.
You know
all
what
right.
I'm
Thank you so very much for calling in.
That. And that's why Eric and Safaree ain't working out.
All right. Thank you so very much. Let me say this really quickly. We're going to end the YouTube stream, and the after show is on Station Head. If you're not on Station Head, make sure you go on there. The after show is on Station Head. I'm going to let you finish, caller. We're just going to take the rest of the callers on, because we reached our time on YouTube. We're going to take the rest of the callers on Station Head. So if you still want to call in, and they're just seeing you on Station Head, we're going to end this because I want people to leave comments on the stream because we are literally 2 hours in there. So see y'all on Station Head. All right, go ahead. Finish your point.
Okay. Yep, that's all I wanted to say. Is that it trips me out.